live. We're live.
Well, she's live. I'm off camera.
Where are you?
Hi.
There
how
you
you
are.
doing? What's up, people?
Let's check out our settings so we can zoom out.
Okay.
That's it. That's all we're getting.
Jesus, you look good on camera.
Me?
Unlike some of us.
What do you mean?
It means I'm vain and you're not. So it means like what?
The fuck are you talking about? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what is up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you get yourself in more in the camera just a little bit?
Me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Come over this way a little bit.
Yeah. We're setting it up because like our camera can't zoom out more than that. It's not gonna zoom out. Like we can zoom in.
Whoa.
But it's not zooming out more than that.
Okay. Look how many people are here already.
I know.
Jesus. Hi,
Well,
John.
you're
How
the
you doing,
guest.
buddy?
Yeah.
Hattie. Positive.
So we have John, Gabriel D, Starseeds, and Ricky, Positive Vibes.
And the entire
Maybe,
Allen
maybe.
Corporation is here.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
There we go.
What's up?
What's up, people? So this is like, you know, like how people wanted to see Alex Jones on Joe Rogan's.
Yeah, like they're
Stream.
drunk and just drinking and having a good time. We're not drinking tonight.
Well,
We don't drink.
we are drinking, but it's not alcohol.
Okay. Yeah. She won't let me, and she didn't like it. So
Rules are rules. So there.
getting to know you.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Oh, go ahead.
people always wanted to see you here on stream, so like everyone's pretty happy. And you also mentioned that you wanted the background music, so I can turn it on.
Oh yeah. We're gonna play a little black background music here.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. Ready?
It's different though.
No. Come on. I can't believe I'm gonna do this.
It's different music.
It's just I'm not gonna. We have some really good music going here. Well, you guys heard the intro music. I was gonna do,
Yeah.
and it's not here. I'm not gonna.
This sucks. What the fuck, Aquila?
Anyway.
Let's find something better. I'm already crying. Fuck. You're fast. I have a playlist of the songs I like, and it's more like ambience.
Okay.
But
well,
we can find some
yeah.
better. Shut the fuck up.
No, it's gone.
Okay. Ruined it. Okay then. Bye now.
See, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, can you guys hear us okay? Because the mic is close, but not close enough. So there. Just fucking around. Yeah. What's up?
Oh, I decided to shut it down here so you could
really?
say hi to your peeps. And all
They're
that.
fine. They know me. I'm not the entertainer here. I'm more like just chilling.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? So, yeah, what are we talking about?
I don't know. Just thought I'm gonna stream for the blue. So yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read some shit here. Question for Rich. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Somebody wrote and thought I was fucking sick and offered me a free session.
Oh.
Really appreciate it, but it's just bad fucking lighting. And I swear to God, everything's bad fucking lighting these days, but you know, if I spend some time on it, the lighting looks really good, but hey, I hope you're looking this good and feeling this good when you're 71 fucking
Is this
years
better?
old, motherfucker.
Turn on the upper light.
Yeah. No, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, John. But yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, it's me.
That's life for you.
Yeah, I was focusing too much on American politics. That's probably what. Make anybody gag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing good. Okay, is that it? Can we go now?
Yeah, bye now. See ya. Kidding. I don't know, we can do Q&A right away, or we can choose topics and talk about something you're interested. Like,
Well,
what are you up to, Rich? What are you up to? Like, you into decision making these days?
No.
Not at all.
No. But I am practicing making a decision, being aware that I've made the decision, and then following through on
Really?
doing what I decided to do.
Well, how does that work?
Oh my God. No, 1 hour conversation later, I finally shut up. But yeah, if you guys go over to richwest.net and check out my latest videos, I'm putting together this script. It's just a little thing you listen to, but it's a drill to help you win and get that winning feeling. That's what it doesn't matter if you win or not, as long as you got the winning feeling, right? But normally, if you win, you will get the winning feeling. It has to do with the serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, happy chemicals, survival instincts, and biological instincts of the human race. It's, hey, if you win, you feel better because you're not going to die, you know. Anyways, stuff like that. So if you could come up with a little drill that you could do and win after win after win, you will literally kick in your happy chemicals and you'll start feeling better and feel like you're winning and all of this. So it's a little drill that you, decide to do something, and if you do what you decide to do, you acknowledge it as a win, and you start feeling it accumulate. So anyways.
Yeah. So what are some of the benefits you're getting from this practice you're doing?
For me, it's very deep and spiritual, highly meaningful, and very significant.
Aww.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, I realized, I've been spouting off about how important agreements are, and they really are, because they create our reality.
Yeah.
But there's something even more basic than agreeing and agreement, and that's deciding.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to decide to agree on something before you can agree, right? So
Pretty much.
Right there, logical thinking. Yeah, but on a very deep level, when it all started, the consciousness has to decide to be, in order to experience, in order to agree with something. Anyway, what was the question?
Yeah. The fuck?
Hey, we're just goofing here. What are you guys doing?
I was probably asking like benefits.
Benefits.
Yeah, benefits. What are some of the benefits you're getting from this practice?
I've been doing traumatic incident reduction, past life regression work for like over 40 years. And you get case gain from this. You look at the stuff and you process it and you bring it out of the subconscious where it's all programming, like AI. Your own head, your own mind is like your own AI, portable AI machine. And telling you what to think and how to feel and all that stuff. Well, that kind of work, that past life regression stuff, it brings up that programming so you can look at it and blow it away. Well, this little technique I came up with, I ripped it off from somebody else and spun it and changed it and called it my own.
Aww.
Yeah, they did that with a wheel too, didn't they? The old stone, back in the caveman day, and they did it with fire. Yeah, they come up with something new, basic invention, build on that, right?
Put a different label.
That's what I did, put on new branding. Get a good lawyer. Anyway, so I got this great drill. So all you do is I give you two options. You choose, look up or look down, for example, and consciously decide which option you're going to take, and you just and then on the count of three, do what you decided to do. You decided to look up, so you look the fuck up, and then you go, look, I just did what I decided to do. Count that as a win. Next option, do it again and again and again and again. The mind, the subconscious mind, does not care if your wins are big or little. And it doesn't even care what you think is a win. It cares about its definition of win, and that is, if you do what you decided to do, success, win. You did what you decided to do. That's all that counts. Because the mind is sort of counting on you not being insane. So when you decide to do something, it's kind of thinking that you're thinking that this is probably the right thing to do, or you wouldn't be deciding to do it, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're going to blow some shit up, it seemed like a right thing to do at the time.
Yeah.
See, so it's going, okay, if you just follow through, do what you decided to do, not what you intended to do, not what you want to do, not what you're programmed to do, but what you just decided to do. You do that, win. And you reprogram your subconscious mind to see you or me as a winner. Yeah. And then it's our subconscious mind that feeds us feeling states all day long. You look at a car of a certain color and a certain kind, and you're going to have a feeling state about it. It's going to be, one of those, I want one, and you're going to feel really good. Or you're going to see one of those old pieces of shit that you almost died in 30 years ago, and you go, I hate those fucking cars. And you get a little hate feeling. It's just little, but they're feeling states. And those feeling states, you feel them in your body. And if you feel them in your body, that's biological feeling state phenomena, which is dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, or cortisol, or a combination thereof with your endorphins and adrenaline. Yeah. So there, man. So you get a win, you feel it, and you go, oh, that felt good. Little, but you do it like, and you do it about, do the drill 2 or 3 times a day. And what it does, thanks for asking, is it starts building up that feeling of winning. And you're also releasing, you're feeling good. So you see, when we don't feel good, when you don't feel good, you start thinking. Well, you're thinking, how can I feel better or make the pain stop? One or the other. See, so when we're not feeling good, we tend to think more. When we tend to think more, we're pulling in our case. Now, our case is just what we think about, but, and it triggers feelings, subtle feelings all day long. So what you can do is, if you feel good, you stop thinking so much, and you stop stirring up your own shit. So you can start feeling better practicing winning. And so you decide to do something, you do it, you take a win, you count it, you acknowledge it as a win, and you go on, and you're reprogramming yourself. And that's what I've been doing recently.
I like it.
Thank you for asking.
Sure. How long does it take you to do the whole process from the beginning until the end?
It takes fucking hours and hours to fucking build a script, but it only takes about like 5-10 minutes. But 10 minutes, you can do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
10, 15, somewhere in there. Take longer, take shorter.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone else was to try it out, they would basically take 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, even less than that. You could probably do it in 10. And you can do it, the way you do it is you can listen to an MP3 recording, and it's got all your little commands, and you just put them in your phone, and you walk down the street or sit around, lay in bed or in a bathtub or whatever you're doing in the bathtub, playing with the ducky. Once you get some free time in the bathtub, do this. So, but yeah, you can just do it just about anywhere. I don't recommend doing it while you're driving, though. But look left. Thank you. Take a win. But yeah. So it only takes a few minutes to do, and you can do it with an MP3. You can do it with a text reader. When you do it with text reader, you can actually alter the options. Well, as you learn how to, you can go over to richwest.net today and pick it up. It's dirt cheap. You know how cheap dirt is?
How's that?
Dirt is really going cheap these days. You can get a lot of dirt for almost nothing.
Damn.
Yeah, you can get a whole truckload of dirt. Cheaper as fuck. Anyway, I'm just goofing, guys.
That's good. That's what the stream is about. Just goof the fuck off.
And I haven't been in a mood to be goofing recently. I've been seriously stressed about the whole fucking election shit. Don't go there. Okay, I've decided not to go there. Look, and I didn't. And I'm not now. I did.
You're
I'm
amazing.
not. Yeah. So anyway.
It works.
It's working. But yeah.
I like it because like listening to you, it sort of like reminds me that like a lot of people, when they are trying to build up their confidence in life, they're trying to choose from the bigger things. I'm gonna work out every single day and stuff like that. Like, but every single step starts way earlier, just to make a decision on the small things, like I'm just gonna lift this cup and like drink the coffee or something else. So making the bed it's a win. But people just like everyday thing, they live on automatic and they don't pay attention, and they only think like only the big harsh things that are like hard to achieve will be like I finally did something, I won. And like you put your attention and effort into something big, but don't pay attention to little things that are actually very meaningful. So there's that. And awareness, just like paying attention to sort of like I would say like watching yourself from a side on how you're making decisions on what you choose and stuff. Because like most people are like do like chatting it up every single day on whatever, and not paying attention, living on automatic, and now you find like, whoa, I can choose about things. So like I think like it's good for the awareness and confidence building as well.
Yeah, it is. It helps us take living off of automatic. We're kind of on autopilot. We do everything by habit and pattern and stimulus response and reaction. And this helps you, like what you just said, you're paying more attention to what's going on, and your actions and activities, you are more and more able to take over conscious control of what even the simple things, but you take over that, and you stop triggering the case, the mind that is what's causing us to not feel good or not feel happy or not feel successful.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, it's very much like programming yourself to feel like you're winning or get the idea that you're winning. And it's not about what you do, what you decide to do. It's not about that. It's that you decided consciously. And it's about the fact that you actually did what you decided to do. It doesn't matter if it's big or little. So we start off with the little things. And that you can build up from there. And that's just doing the practice, the drill, for like 5-10 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day. But then in real life, you start seeing this stuff kick in the weirdest, strangest, neat, wonderful ways. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the differences? Like people here who are watching the stream, some of them are familiar with George or Pleasant method, like and also making decisions and winning. So what's the difference between what you're doing and what George L is doing? Yeah,
the George L decide and win thing, that inspired me to put this one together. For me, the George L thing, it's decide to do something and do it and then count it. And you just, you make a list of, decide to look up, then decide to look at the wall, decide to look at your hand. But you got your list of decides, and then you, sit down and do it. Look at one, decide to do this, and then do it. And it's like, this shit's going on so fast in your head. Making decisions goes on so fast, and it's so subtle, because there's no time involved, so you can't track it. How long did it take to make the decision? You might worry about it and wonder about making a decision for an hour or two or a few weeks before you go buy that thing. But the actual decision, there's no time. And it has no mass. There's no visual, you can visualize the outcome. But the moment of decision, it's just like a ping. And so I'm trying to do the drill and work it right. And I could do it, and I start getting wins with it. But I go, the hardest part is even noticing that I'm actually making a decision. So I built a new exercise, drill, process, technique, method that will help a person more walk them through the decision-making process. I give them 2 options. I give them a count on 3. Do what you decided to do. Did you do it? Take a win. And it really brings up your deeper stuff about decision making and starts clearing your case out and keeping you from triggering your stuff as much.
Really?
It's amazing. It's the greatest thing since toast with butter. And it was pretty good when they came up with that. Okay.
I like that. So, as you're doing this process, what kind of wins in your own case are you noticing? What are some of the changes you see in yourself?
More uptone, more light. I'm more myself. I like being comfortable and feeling good about myself. Mm-hmm. There is no self. Did you know?
Really?
Yeah, there is no self.
Tell me about it.
Well, no. No, I'm just kidding around here. That's enough about me. Let's talk about this technique some more. No, that I came up with. No. That's enough about me, though. Really, let's talk about what you think about me.
Well, I think you're very intelligent.
No, thank you. That's enough.
Finally.
Oh, okay.
I love your methods that you come up with. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Top notch.
Okay. Well, let's talk about you and your YouTube channel, your live stream. We got all these wonderful people making comments and stuff. Let's pretend like they're here for a minute. Hi, how you doing? Are you here? Really? We're gonna read your shit now, and we're gonna discuss these things.
They wrote a whole lot if you look at the beginning.
Shit.
Yes, see that?
You guys.
I love the John Roberts comment where, like people are like talking about scans, like check on this, check on that, and John Roberts is saying, we all need to learn to do scans, in my opinion, because can you imagine the boxing class where the only one who could throw a punch would be the instructor?
Yeah.
So that's a
good one, John. Up here higher, John, where John says, oh, you're talking a lot, John. The one about, damn it, where'd it go? Up higher a little bit.
You see it? Lost.
Damn, that's a lot, John. No, she scrolled. There was something you said here I wanted to, something about, my higher self being insane. Mm-hmm. Where'd that go? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Where'd it go? There, what?
Hold up. We're looking for the insane comment.
Yeah. Something about, could my higher self be insane?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, could my higher self be insane? Oh, man, that's a good question. Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. No. No, here's the thing about that. Can I tell you the thing about that?
Please do.
My understanding of it. I look pale as fuck. Folks, I'm not this pale. You should see me on my camera. The lighting is perfect.
Wait.
Look, she even looks pale. She looks glowy.
Would that be better?
No,
I can set up the light here for you to look. Look at this.
Vanity strikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is right in my eyes.
That's not.
I'm blind.
that's not good. Come on, fucking around.
No, not again.
Wouldn't be the first time. Huh?
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Okay, God, this looks so much better. No, it doesn't. Okay, now I'm good.
I can pull up some red light or something.
Well, next time.
Let's.
I know better than this. It takes me 30 minutes to get the lighting right, but
an hour.
Could your higher self be insane?
That's a good one.
Here's the thing.
There's a thing?
My understanding of insanity is the inability to tell right from wrong. The guy's fucking nuts. You see what he did? It's like wrong, and he didn't even know it. The guy's fucking crazy, right? Insane. What? So I did that thing. What? Okay. If the definition of insanity is the inability to tell right from wrong, and you have a higher self, and they're not in the world of duality. They're not in the physical universe where duality rules. There's everything. There's good, bad, right, wrong, up, down, backwards, forwards, sane and insane. If you step out of this realm, and there is no good and there is no bad, and the whole pain pleasure thing, you don't have a physical body, so you can, if you're in the higher self place, and you got a body, you can stick it, or you can shoot it, or you can do all this. It doesn't hurt. Like, hey, that was fun. It's just an avatar. It's a mock-up. It's a construct created with your imagination. It's like we're way bigger and more than that, right? And I know you know this, John. But so the body's gone, the body's back. There's no right and wrong. You could kill it 100 times, and it's not right or wrong, because there's no right or wrong. It's just something you're doing. It's like getting on an online game where hey, I think I'll, Grand Theft Auto. Hey, I'm going to run over some people on the sidewalk. It'll be fun. There's no right or wrong. It's just a game. So in that way, there is no right or wrong that we can tell the difference between as the definition of insane. So in that regard, the overself, your overself is probably not insane. Except this one part. We are talking about you, John Roberts. And so you're over self. And you would know best. See, I talked myself in a hole. Could you help me? Dig me out.
Well,
dig me out, dude. I just insulted one of my favorite guys.
It's okay. Yeah. He's used to it.
Yeah. Okay.
But really though, like this is a good subject, because like when I am streaming, sometimes there's this question like regarding the consciousness, regarding like how deep we go and all, and some people are going like the consciousness can only be benevolent, and
that's so. I'm sorry. Please.
It's okay, but then like like a few days ago we were talking about Rich and I, we watched a movie, and I made this comparison how people, the real people that are like the actors, they're gonna pick a role and do something. So while we're watching a movie, it's traumatic and like, oh shit, like they're doing this and we hate the character. we're not hating the person playing it unless it's some fucked up person, you know.
Yeah.
But usually like, oh, it's just a role, and they're done, and they move on, and they go on another movie, and they do another role, and it's like it's not wrong or right to take a role. It's just a job, something to do in life, you know. Like you play a bad guy once, you play a good guy once, and you have different roles in the movies. You're done. Let's go drink, and all the people that are fucking each other up in the movie are now drinking and having a party, and they're done. And that's pretty much the consciousness that we just like move into the different bodies, we choose like different sexes and like looks and different things, and we end up like taking like, oh, this lifetime I'm gonna reveal a reptilian and fuck others up, and next lifetime I'm gonna be a human and like try to be a good person, sharing information, giving all love and shit like that. So we're like from this point of view, it's like good, bad, right or wrong all over the place, but you back off and it's like, hi, what's up, you know, like no differences. So
yeah,
there's that.
Absolutely. Yeah. It used to be we've known each other for 8 years, right?
Yay.
And you know, I've been teaching her, you know, all my stuff. She's really interested, and we're alike in that way. And so it used to be I'd be teaching her. Now she uses live stream, and I'm outside the door going like, taking notes. Fuck, that's good. Where'd she learn that shit? I didn't teach her that shit. Where'd that come from? It's like, you're getting brilliant. You're tapping into your brilliant and your wisdom.
The top of this
iceberg?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Just scratching the surface there.
Yeah.
I appreciate like all the like compliments, and yet I feel like I'm so behind everyone. You know, like I pretty much like haven't been reading books where, you know, like you read about other people's experiences, like regarding getting out of body and different things like that. Stop pushing the screen.
Oh, you're keeping this. She's keeping those pictures in line. I'm trying to keep her head in the camera.
No, like,
come on.
Yeah, come on.
Come on. No,
come on.
Okay.
Okay,
split the baby. No. Okay.
What was I talking about? Kidding.
Focus.
Yeah, but I know like I wasn't reading that many books or like really doing the tons of research, but like getting out of body and seeing how things are out there, or let's say meeting people out there, just hearing their experience. Like for example, people that pass away here from Earth. I get out of body or like simply dreaming, and I open my eyes like hi, and like then you just end up having conversations with different people, and you end up like, where are you from? And like, oh, I'm from Earth. Like, really? Like, how did you end up? Like, what happened when you died? And like you just have these tons of conversations, and then talking to tons of different people out there that have been here or on Earth or like some other places. You know, like you compare experience, like, okay, so 50 people have been here, and from those 50 people they had different experiences, and basically just sort of like keeping the nose but connecting the dots here and there. But at the same time, it's like, man, there's so many people who have even more information, and like I'm doing sort of like from a personal point of view, like when I do sessions, when I connect with people, from what I'm seeing, so it's more like first-hand experience, and I'm not reading yet to like, you know, like, oh yeah, I read like Robert Monroe's book or like Cousin Ed or like others, so like I can't really talk about bigger subjects more like you, because like I don't know, like I feel like my biggest like flaw is like when I'm doing sessions and stuff, like when I'm talking, it's again like from what I'm perceiving, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm experiencing, but I can't put it in words normally to explain everything the way you do. So while I'm out there all over the multiverse, like here down to earth to explain things like where people can understand what the fuck you're saying, and I'm like do, and people are like, what the fuck? Kinda yeah, but what? You know, so I feel like I'm missing that like massive point of like logical explanation or like whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
You're getting better at it though. When I'm listening from outside the door, like
how often does that happen?
Yeah. Don't you guys think that she's getting better and better at her English as her second language and processing this shit and getting it said in language that we can understand? I think so.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Power 0228, thank you very, very much. And John West, thank you. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, what else we got here?
Tons of comments. Like Stephanie is asking, is there a safe way to force unlocking the OBE potential for someone who is exhausted and with sadly not much free time on hands?
Well, I'm going to give my take on it. You give your take on it.
Sure.
For me, the hardest part, it has to do with you have to be awake when the body's asleep. So you have to do whatever it takes in ways, there's techniques and approaches to be awake when your body's asleep. Because when you're awake and the body's asleep, you're like, you've shifted consciousness. And if you're awake fully, you realize you're not hey, I'm not in the physical world, but here I am wide awake. It can be a dream, a lucid dream, an out-of-body experience, alternate reality, false awakening, whatever you want to call it. But you have to practice being awake when your body's asleep. And one of the best ways to do that is the wake up, go back to sleep routine. So you go to sleep. I'm not going to give you all the rundown, the details of the wake up, go back to sleep technique, but that's one of the best and simplest. So you fall asleep, but then you intend to wake up in the middle of the night, but then you do some stuff and you go back to sleep, but then you want to wake yourself up again. So you might want to do like 3 or 4 wake ups when you could be getting a nice night's sleep. And most people will opt for the nice night's sleep. And the other one is wake up when you wake up early in the morning, like maybe 5 or 6 in the morning, and you got a dream fragment or a little bit of a dream. You write it down in a dream journal. Second best is put it in a recorder, but it's better if you write it longhand with a little notebook on the side. But who wants to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and snap themselves out of that warm and fuzzy and practice being awake and remembering what the hell you just did? Because that's what you're really doing. You're waking up and you remember what you just did. Your memory's in a different plane, a different vibrational memory frequency thing, so it takes more practice for most people. But that would be the fast and furious way to jump in. But it takes willpower, discipline, passion, persistence, all that stuff. Yours?
Yeah. Well, I'm like considering Stephanie's case where, like let's say the person has tons of things to do throughout the day and literally cannot give a priority to working on getting out of body because like take care of the family, other things like work and life and other things. So like if I was like super busy, like Rich says, like I'm noticing like when I am like let's say getting in the middle of the night and I go back to bed, I get tons of OBEs in the mornings. So for example, like my thing is like intentionally I drink a lot before going to sleep, so I know that like my bladder will be full and I have to wake up in the middle of the night and just like okay, just going to pee and coming back to bed and I'm gonna fall asleep, but that enough will be good enough for me to like a little wake up. Just like I've been awake, I've touched the walls, I've like the other things. When I go back to bed, it's enough, and boom, I'm out. So that would be like one of the best things that like are just working for me so far. The other ones, I would say sort of like maybe visual technique or simply thought form, but like a lot of times, our actual body is kind of like anchored and holding on to the physical. It's kind of like latched on. So what you can try doing is like simply try to think of your anchor point, like simply your astral body, just like put it somewhere out there in the multiverse, like away from the Milky Way. And it's kind of like your teleportation place, your spawning place where you're going to appear when your physical body falls asleep. And so for me, like that's always like kind of like a pull, but like physical body falls asleep, like I just shoot out, like hey, I'm out. So there's that. I guess that would be the thing.
Yeah. There's a whole lot to know about the whole subject, but I think that covered some of the essentials and the basics. Yeah. And if you have really good visuals, there's those other techniques you can use. You can use the visuals and then reach into your visualization. Reach for it, withdraw from it, reach for it, withdraw from it. While your body's laying in bed in the middle of the night, and the body will start drifting off to sleep. Well, you're still busy reaching and withdrawing from your visuals. And next thing you know, you're in a lucid dream or you're in a non-physical, visualized environment, out of body.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There are beings out there in the multiverse, like specifically like Eltrans and other races as well, the Golden Crown group and others, who you can actually ask for help and they might pull you out of body, but they too get interfered with. Like they know like these guys are trying to help you out and then they become the targets from the other side because they're like, no, you ain't gonna pull them out, and then there's like a war going on now. There's also that kind of space opera, but yeah. Zach has a thing he's saying, like, waking my ass up to do dream journaling can be really hard sometimes, like, have to use brute force to slap myself and get out of journal, like, get out to journal when...
Yeah, exactly. It's totally, man, totally. I used to do it a lot, but I don't do it so much. It
really depends. Like, the biggest thing is, sort of like, people have different ways of learning. Some people need to write it down, some people need to hear it, some people need to actively do it, like, say it and stuff. Like, for me, sometimes, if I wake up and I want to record a dream, I'll have my phone or like a recorder and, just click a button and I just like mumble, but sort of like keep notes, and that might be a thing as well, if you weren't... But like, yeah, it's a drag. it's not fun. Like, yeah, I'm gonna keep a dream. You're like, nah. It's like, pretty much.
Yeah.
What else? We have more questions. Wavy Gravy is asking, do you have a human origin story with what you know so far?
Me?
Yeah. What do you know about human origin story?
Human origin story.
Yeah.
Well, we were all humans before Earth, So your origin story starts before Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And a human body is just one more body of all the various body types and styles you can have. And this is just in the physical plane of experience. So the intelligent species in the physical realm, one of those life forms is the human experience. Am I going too deep or too
No,
sideways?
go on. People love that stuff.
Because human schmoomin', it's not about that. But in fact it is, because here we are, we're stuck in a human body. How the fuck did that happen? Oh my God, it had to do with making a decision.
There we go.
Yeah, you want to change your decisions, change your life? Go to richwest.net. Buy that little thing I got going over there. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Go deep. Oh, deep. Oh, deep. Shit. Okay. So let's just say the question is really human origin story would be more like the physical universe body origin story. But we can get that clear, and then we'll talk about a sub-level of that would be human origin story. So generally speaking, before there was a physical universe experience, there was like the astral planes and the fourth density, fifth density. There are other dimensional planes of which this physical world is a copy. There's an exact copy of this in real time. It's called a real-time double. Robert Roos talks about this. And whatever's going on there is going on here. You could say whatever's going on here is going on there, and that's following this. But is that really right? I mean, is that universe, this universe might be following that universe. But I go, well, I'm right here in this physical universe as a human. We're talking about my human origins. Mm-hmm. I'm a human right now, and I'm picking up a cup of coffee. And there's another universe out there that's not a physical universe. It's following along with me because I'm the one who's deciding to have a drink of coffee. The one that's making that decision is not in the physical universe.
Pretty much.
So the one that's making that decision is already not here, but this is a copy of that. And our astral bodies are exact copies of these physical bodies. And our astral body is not moving around doing what I'm doing in the physical right now. It's the other way around. The physical body is doing what the astral body is doing right now. And my more natural body, it's not the body, it's not the only body, but the more natural, closer to home body is the astral body, or we call it the second body.
Yep. And
so when these things expire, we still got our second body. And our second body is totally manipulatable and changeable through just willpower, intention, visualization. You can change and morph your second body into different ages, different genders, different looks, human, non-human, blah, blah, blah. But we've gotten very accustomed to being human in human form, and we forget what we were doing, or we forget our understanding of the multiverse and how multidimensionality works. So here we are in this human body, wondering what our first human body experience was like. Well, it was probably before you got to Earth, but you might be here on Earth and you might have been here a very long time and you see reincarnating because prison planet Earth, or you might have fallen in love with this crazy place. Some people get addicted to stuff they know it's not good for them, but it makes them feel good when they come back, so they keep coming back, kind of like that. They can't shake it, and that can be your recycling. But you might be trying to break free, and you're still getting messed with, and you can't quite break free. But here you are in your human body, and where did I come from? How did this even start? So the way it would start was once upon a time. I should have started with this.
Let's go, come on. People love the intro.
Once upon a time, you got introduced to the physical universe experience. And you go, oh, hey, looks familiar. What's different from where you were? And where you came from that wasn't a physical human experience, was in a higher plane where you could change your body, you could fly, you could do this, and would you call yourself human then? Well, the physical human experience origin story starts with, hey, I think I'll go into the physical experience. And way back then, once upon a time, you could move in and out of a physical universe, and you could occupy a human body form, a primate, a squirrel, a bird, an insect, a whale, a planet, a tree. You could just move in and be anything you want to be. And then you can move out. So you can move in and out of physical body. So then after a while, you're playing around. You might go into reptilian civilization. You're being a reptilian for a while. And then you're being in some bird, humanoid looking bird place. And so, but you're a bird and everybody's looking bird-like. And so it's normal. And to see the physical, what we call the human body, the primate human hominid body, that's just another style. It doesn't mean it was first. But it seems like to us it was first. But okay. But there might have been a reptilian body that was first, lizard, dinosaur, and then gradually morphed into human, except for the reptilian brain. Who knows? It's genetics. It's modification of the physical life form through the genetic material. But let's say once upon a time you decided you would come into the physical experience, and you played around with different body styles, and you have history in past lives, most likely, of all kinds of different life forms. But it's just you. You're still you. It's not a different you. You don't have an alien brain and alien mindset. You might eat people for lunch like we eat chicken. And it's like, what's wrong with eating chicken? I eat chicken all the time. Everybody eats chicken. But you're reptilian. You're talking about those ignorant little things going, humans. So yeah, I wonder what it'd be like to be a chicken. So you have an origin story of being a chicken. Well, how did you become being a chicken? One chicken asks another chicken. Well, let me tell you about that. Once upon a time, I was a rancher outside the chicken pen. I was looking down, and I go, wonder what it'd be like to be a chicken. And so I did this. I learned how to get out of body and stuff, and moved myself into a chicken body. And here I'm a chicken. I don't know what happened after that.
Sounds familiar?
Now I'm a fucking chicken. I don't know how to do about it and how to get the fuck out of being a chicken. Every time I wake up, I'm a chicken. So it's kind of like that, but different. So that's my understanding of the origin story. But if you want to take it one step deeper, anybody ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Really? Okay. So let's say, no, Rich, I mean like in the higher planes we were human too. Oh, okay. So in a higher plane, the origin story would be that you've tried on these different kinds of body types and styles. Sometimes you're an oak tree. And everything's moving really fast. As you're sitting and go, nice day. It's like, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. Yeah. And it's like, and all these little things run really fast. And these things or and you're just going like, what the hell? Am I going too...
Keep on going, it's okay.
Well, I'm talking as a tree. Am I moving? What's going on here? Everything's going on real fast. So you don't want to be a tree anymore, that life form, because the consciousness is too slow for, these other life forms. So it's like us looking at a bunch of little ants going, or a fly. You know how fast they move? And then they buzz around really fast. If we were to go into a life of a fly and be the fly, humans would be going.
Pretty much.
And we're just going like, what the fuck is wrong with that slow giant? So it'd be like that. So before we got here into the physical universe, we were selecting different body types and styles, and we were playing these games. And somewhere along the line, we got an affinity, a liking for one particular body type or another. And us humans, we kind of got into this. Probably most of us. But there was others that were never human, never liked it, and just got, hey, you're human now. But that would be a whole different origin story. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of lions in a zoo. How'd you get here? Different stories, you know.
Yeah.
Different stories. Anyway. Thanks for asking. That was a great question. I love getting crazy. Seriously though, this is just coffee. It's just coffee. And I don't smoke it and I don't. No, come on.
No, it's just coffee.
Okay. Hey, we've only wow, so many.
People are talking it up.
Okay, hey.
I thought about bringing this up. It's an interesting thing. I'm noticing some people in life they have issues with people around them. People are just triggered, and whether it is someone you love, whether it's someone you're working with, your relatives. A lot of people who are watching my streams, they share their story. Hey, I've been abused by my family members. They're narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, and they share their stories. One of the things, I was doing a session yesterday, I think, and it's this person comes into your life. For example, here's a person coming into my life, and it seems like this person is a trigger bomb everywhere I go. It seems like I have feelings damn, I want to help. This is so good, and I really like it, and feels like there's some purpose. I want to help that person. I feel like there's this big need or a goal, and I'm feeling connected to this person. But the person ends up fucking me up 8 ways from Sunday, seems like to be there to stop my career, my business, my other things, my love life, just stuff like that. Basically, I'm looking at the client stuff, and it's this kind of scenario where people connect, and they feel this mass relationship where they're either in love or they want to help out each other, they want to help each other grow, and there's this deep connection, and at the same time they're fucking each other up. So one part is alien love, but from what we know from Lorcan and other people, but there's another thing where there's this consciousness, there's two different beings. One person is who has the body and consciousness here, and then there's another consciousness hunting one of those, and basically an energy form just merges within an overlay, and now the person sort of becomes kind of controlled, affected to the point where his ideas are not his anymore, his feelings, his urges, different things are not his, and now the whole energy, the whole relationship is fucked up. The point where you feel you're in love or something, you want to help out, and the person you know from the past lives change like that, and you're what the hell? And your whole life you're being sort of messed with. So I'm working throughout the session and zooming out this tracking down this consciousness. I'm what's the problem? And I was sort of focusing on the other person, but I'm still it's not the person who's sort of at fault or who's causing all these things. And the bigger thing, I was looking, okay, so who's above the hierarchy? And I'm looking okay, so I'm seeing some Anunnaki, reptilians, some mantis and stuff like that. But even then, I feel they're not the ones. And I have to really zoom out, and I'm looking into this massive the void and the space, the planets, and I know it's here. I sense it, but I don't see it. And I'm the void. It is the void. So basically,
the void.
It is the void. But at the same time, it becomes the planet, and at the same time, it becomes a star and different things. And I'm what? And boom, it is the consciousness who can shift the attention and focus and become absolutely everything and nothing at once. And eventually this being was targeting a client we were working with, because it's you're working with someone that you love, that you feel this strong connection, but at the same time you feel fucked up in every possible way. And the person that you're connected with is controlled by someone else. And you think the problem is here, but it's behind someone who's controlling the person. So that was the session I did, and it was really interesting to see a lot of times what we're seeing is what we're focusing on, but there's a whole lot more that we might miss, and sometimes we're blaming all the ETs when it's just another being targeting you and want to fuck you up. So there's that. I just wanted to mention it because it's an interesting sort of subject, and for people who have relationship problems, it's a thing. So there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's just a whole lot with the interference, ETs, entities, demons, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
It is the multiverse, and the consciousness within is just incomprehensible in that way. The kind of work we've been doing, we've been seeing more specifically what the entity phenomena is and how it affects different people, and even why. Yeah. Why is it doing that? And what I find really fascinating about it is that there's not just one me here. There's alternate realities, parallel universes, and there's even other me in the physical world right now running around. It's like kind of like doppelganger, or not really, but it's the wrong word. But you have another you that could be walking around in this world. But when it gets to the good, the bad, the right, and the wrong of it, that's perspective. It's you're not bad because you eat chicken, unless you ask a chicken.
She goes like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
yeah.
Hating you,
Yeah. So anyway, it's deep stuff, man.
Yeah, and that's like in the session I was doing, like sort of like zooming out, like sort of like just looking into the words, like how did it all start? Like why is this being targeting the person? Like what's the issue here? And basically, it all starts with the consciousness, just like two beings trying to like create multiverse together. And they're like having fun and just creating together, and their goal is to create something together. So creating planets, creating like galaxies, creating civilizations and other things. And eventually like, okay, had enough, I want to experience life right now. So instead of creating, just they want to go in and like just have a different form, have different feeling states. And it's like one person leaves and you're like, hi. And you don't feel that good, and you feel sort of betrayed, like the person left me. And now they're all angry and end up being like a stalker. So wherever that person goes, like the client, like
the one that stayed, one that left.
Yeah.
The one that stayed, they were both creator beings creating together.
Yes.
And did one of them chose to go in and play?
Yes.
And the other one chose not to?
Yes.
And so which one was kind of upset about it? This one would say, "Hey, where are you going in?" Or was this one like, "Hey, why didn't you come with me?"
Yeah. So the client is the one that goes in to experience life.
Yeah. Okay.
The stalker is the one that stays.
Okay.
But is disappointed about it and feels like like the kind of relationship like best friends forever or something. I don't want to leave you, and they end up like going wherever you go because without you they have nothing to do.
Analogy.
Yeah.
Two game creators. Like they're gonna create an online game. They're both programmers. They both get it, and they're really fast, and they have fun. Hey, let's create this game. And so you build the environment. You got a whole company called Salty Dog or whatever.
Yeah, Salty Dog.
Rockstar Games or something like that. It's just two guys or two people.
Yeah.
And they fall in love.
Aww.
Yeah. But now they're creating universes. Oh, this game, and one of them this is a really good game. I'm gonna go play. And so one goes into the game, and they want to go, but. This one didn't want to play in the game. This one was building the game. And this is, hey, I built the motherfucker. I'm going to play in it. And then this one got all stalkery on her.
Yeah.
And
it's like, like the puppy who is like, where's my master? And you keep following someone. But not the good version. Not the good version. There's no love there. but yeah, it was like interesting to see how, you have someone close to you and you feel like the person, like, you two, like these people had a very close relationship together and they've been in past lives together.
Yeah.
But there's the third party who's been with you in some other lifetime and he's jealous. Like no one else is getting close to you. So they sort of like, it's not possession, but they can influence the person. They can influence what kind of thoughts they're going to have, what kind of feelings are going to arise. And this person sort of like shifts and changes because now they're being sort of like more affected. And you feel like the relationship is going like really weird. And you feel like all fucked up. So like just having these like awareness of what's going on, like the whole issue, and being able to sort of like pull it out, like asking, like it's literally like giving the session for the other being who's now a stalker, like, okay, like why are you doing this? Like, oh, I'm just like really lonely and like I feel like I'm betrayed. Really? Like, have you ever tried finding the other version of the same being? No.
Have you ever tried getting a life? No.
No. Pretty much, So it's like really like just like sort of like, okay, there's another free version of the same person that you're in love with. You can have a life there. Just go find them. And they're like, oh, okay. All of a sudden, a light bulb goes on, like moves out, and like done.
Okay, so you had like a conversation with the being and kind of helped them see the light and an alternative.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because there's like a lot of like people I'm working on that they have like relationship problems, or like simply, it's not specifically like lovers, but simply a relationship with any kind of person, any kind of connection is sort of like hard, and people feel like they're isolated. They have no one to connect to, no one to talk to. They feel all alone because the people they get close to are all sort of like messed up by the third party. And the third part is making sure like you're all going to be alone, because you're dangerous when you connect with people. Because when you connect with people, you feel happy, you're doing good, and then they see what kind of things that you can get if you get your needs satisfied, and that's dangerous. So they want to like target you and like sort of mess you up in other ways. So it's like it's a very common theme in the sessions of giving. Like it's really interesting to watch these things and be aware of it, because now with other people, if they just knew like you have a relationship problem, but you're thinking about the person, about the beingness, but not the real deal that you're not seeing yet.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So like for me, it's like really interesting.
Okay.
So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, good. That's good stuff. Hey, side question.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you about the whole up here in the corner.
Yeah.
Up there at the top, it's got Tanya subscriber.
Uh-huh.
Now, and I see power. I see people that. What is that? Is that real time? Is that today or is that last week?
Okay.
The top
so
one?
basically, it's showing the recent stuff. And for example, like Power and John like donated like the last time I streamed, and just today we got Lenny.
As a subscriber?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what these
So everything at the bottom right here will be like the recent stuff, and every time someone like does something, then they're gonna go up, and the new person will appear at the bottom.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Is Agvila from Eastern Europe? Well, fuck yeah, she is.
I'm Lithuanian.
Lithuanian.
Yep.
Should we tell them where we are?
Huh?
Tell them where we are right now.
Yeah, we're in Venice.
Yeah, we're in Lithuania right now. Eastern Europe, Lithuania.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you out of the shithole. Insulting everyone who's living in America. Oh my god. Anyway, but that's true.
California.
Yep.
Pretty much. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, let's look at some of the comments here. Some more questions.
Mm-hmm. People are asking about like, am I a starseed? What are your thoughts about starseeds?
Well, define starseed, and I'll tell you what I think about it.
You define starseed. You're the one over there.
You define star. What do you mean starseed? What is a starseed? And I'll tell you if she's one or not. But what do you mean?
Yeah, what's starseed?
Let me take a stab at what a starseed means. When you have an intelligent conversation, it's not what we're doing. But if you were to have an intelligent conversation about any subject, you want to clearly define keywords between you and the person you're talking to, because they might think you mean one thing when you say RAM, and they might be talking about that thing with the fucking horns that goes like that. So you want to be very clear. Look, we're talking about PCs. You mean paying clients? No.
Personal computers?
Anyway, political correctness. Anyway, you want to define the term, so that's why I was asking about starseed. But let me, without having looked it up or done a lot of study on what a starseed is, I'm imagining that a starseed, by what you're asking, is a being from the stars, not like, just came from the ground up earthling, but came from the stars, and as a seed for enlightenment, you come and you seed this planet or seed that planet with knowledge, wisdom, enlightenment, or the light. You bring the light, a light bringer. Is that what they call Lucifer? Is that fucked up? Yeah, Lucifer, there's a light bringer. Yeah. Starseed.
How nice.
Same thing. No, I'm kidding. No. But the dark side, they do that shit to confuse us and get us confused by words and labels, because it takes, we as beings, we process information extremely fast conceptually without words, but to transmit the concept, if we're not using telepathic communication, we communicate verbally on paper, written communication, verbal, oral. We have to use words. And the dark side knows this, and they will get one word and give it a lot of different meanings to make it very difficult for us to really comprehend the most meaningful things. So anyway, a starseed. What was the question about a starseed?
Yeah, like how does a person know if they're a starseed or not?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's my understanding of that, now that we've got that out of the way.
Yeah.
If you believe that you came from another planet, from the stars, as a being of light and love, and you're here to seed the planet with your wonderful presence and love and light, and you want to help. You came here to help make the world a better place and all that stuff. Then that would make you a starseed. Okay. Now, how would you know if you're a starseed or not? Well, one way is through, past life regression stuff, insight, intuitively. You just know it, you feel it, you sense it. You do the pendulum thing. There's a lot of different ways. Tarot cards, lots of ways. But if you think you might have been a starseed and you're not here to kill everybody, you probably are a starseed because you probably didn't grow like a plant out of the earth, and that's your origins. It was not Earth, so it was the stars. But when you talk about the stars, we're not talking the physical stars only. This is the physical universe galaxy. We're talking in the astral. Astral, that means of the stars. Did you know that? Yeah. So we're from a higher plane, those stars. And we've come from higher planes and dimensions to seed this planet and the entire physical universe with the light. And the light means the knowledge or the understanding of where we came from and how to get back there, how to change this place to be a better place. And if you came into the dark side's playground and you want to change the dark side's playground, it's their playground. If you don't like it, you leave. You don't go to... Never mind. Slow down. But you don't jump into a boxing ring where these two guys are duking it out with a bunch of cheerleaders or cheer guys out there, eating their popcorn, smoking their cigars, and placing bets. You don't go in there and try, hey, don't fight. You guys don't fight. Don't fight. Now, let's talk this over. You don't do that. You don't go into the playground or the game realm and try to stop them from fighting. That's like logging in online and trying to get the orcs to stop fighting the elves and shit. Yeah. It's like that. So if you would come into an online game, if somebody's like a virtual reality game, what's it called, player online and stuff like that. If you get caught in your virtual reality game or your virtual reality, your simulated reality Earth, and you can't get out every time you drop dead and try to get out of the game, you get reprocessed and back in the game. If that's happening, and you see that it's happening to other people, and they're like almost lost, and they're going to be lost forever, recycling into this physical universe experience, you're a starseed, you come in, look, I want to help people wake up to what the hell this is, so that they have an opportunity to break free of the constant recycling of the soul, so to speak. Yep. It's not that hard to do, but you just got to have that wake up, like, oh, I get it now, that I like that story, good story, I like it, I'm buying it, and boom, you can break free.
I like that. Right. I feel like I could sort of say the similar thing, and I probably put it a bit more simple for myself at least, but I feel like absolutely everyone is a starseed. Just because all of us had the zillions of lifetimes, from one lifetime to the other, from different dimensions. And so you might have lived 50 billion years ago, and you decided, I'm going to go on that planet and teach. And over there, you're still a starseed, you're teaching. You come here and you have been a starseed, so you still have the label of a starseed. So every single one of you is a starseed because you have been in different planets, you have had different lives, you have had different races, you have knowledge. And wherever you end up, you have taught someone else in your past, and you come here, and whether you teach anyone else or not, it's not a thing, but you still have to label it because with our lifetime. So for me, I sort of give everyone, everyone's a starseed, there's nothing special about you. That's a really bad sort of thing, but people are using that I'm a starseed, and then all of a sudden I'm a starseed and you're not, and they feel all this ego, they're going into putting a label and just praising it, oh shit, I'm this good and whatever, and that pisses me off. And it's sort of hey, everyone is that. You're not better than that person. It's I really don't like labels, and because of that, sort of what's my name? man, we have tons of freaking different names in every single lifetime we go. What's the fucking point in your name, you know? Just like someone to call you this lifetime, but like people are like so, my name in 5 lifetimes was this, and they feel so freaking special. I'm like, good for you, but don't like make others feel bad because they don't have enough information or understanding about things. Like, so like, yeah, I don't know, like, it pisses me off because so many people are just like using it for, I'm gonna look better in front of you because they read about some stuff and they're gonna put the label on us and I'm special, you know, like, fuck off, you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like, I have a weird point of view, but I don't like when people are not good to each other.
Yeah. Okay.
So there. Next subject.
Alrighty then. Are you okay? Okay. Next.
Yeah, next. Where do we have, let's see.
Let's reward some of these people that came in line, came up first. A long time ago they had something they were asking. Then we got way past it. Let's go back.
Yeah, let's go back.
Yeah, somewhere up here. I don't care where.
Let's see the questions. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, positive virtues. Are spirit guides and angels real? I go deep real fast.
Let's go deep. Yeah, let's go.
Well, you got to start with what is real. Okay. And then you can find out, you know, we can ask about what are spirit guides and angels, and then we can answer the question, are they real or not? Okay? It's really just a matter of defining the terms, and all the answers are really inside oneself. Sometimes you need a dictionary. Get a good one. But anyway, what is real? What is real is what people agree that exists. There's what exists for you, what you see, feel, experience, know, understand, visualize. But does the other person see it too? If everybody in the room sees, you know, your coffee cup sitting on the table, then we agree that it's real because we all can see it, and we all agree that it is real. So agreement plays a key in what is real and not. So are angels, spirit guides real? It has to have agreement in there somewhere. Okay. The next thing is that okay, a spirit guide. That would be a being that is not in a physical body, but a being as a spirit, and they guide us. Now, if you have a spirit guide, let's say you're a little kid, and you have this invisible friend. He's not invisible to you, but nobody else can see him, but he's real to you. Well, you're not getting a lot of agreement, so it's not that real, you know, relative to whatever, you know, if you ask somebody if it's real or not, your parents might say, no, it's not real, you know. And after you're like 19 years old, you're supposed to give up your invisible friend, right? Because they still can't see him. You still can. You might change your agreement and you go, okay, it's not real. You're agreeing with yourself that it's real because you can see it. You can see it, feel it, talk it, him or her, and they're your guide, and you love them, and they love you, and they're very real. Interactive communication, friends, and all this stuff. It's real to you, but nobody else. So the only way it could be real to somebody else is if your mother or your father or your friend or some other psychic could see it too, and not just say, yeah, I see him too. Mm-hmm. Sure, nice. You know, but no, they really could. And he goes, what's he doing with that red thing around his neck? You can see that? Well, yeah, I told you I could see him. You weren't lying? No. Well, that's his little magic omelet, egg omelet there. So, but there's agreement that it's real. And you go, I knew he was real. I knew he was real. Yeah, because of the agreement. But in fact, if you can see it and interact with it and touch them and talk to them, then if it's a personal experience, it's real to you. And it doesn't matter if it's real to other people. They're not in the physical universe anyway. So in that definition of reality or real, it's not touchy-feely for everybody, and everybody doesn't agree that it exists in the physical world, because it doesn't. So it will never be real in that sense of real. But for a personal experience, real, yes. Or if you have children or friends that say they have a spirit guide and you go, yeah, right, I've never seen one. Well, they're not real in the physical sense. But, you know, are they lying to you, telling you they got a spirit guide and they see them and they're real beautiful, blah, blah, blah? Or not? It doesn't matter. There's not a lot of difference between a lie and imagine that it's real until you can manifest it. Are you lying because you visualizing you just won, you got that new job? Because somebody say, no, you didn't get the fucking new job. They haven't announced who's got the new job. I might get the new job. You know I've got the new job. You're lying, motherfucker. No, you're not. You're visualizing. You're doing your law of attraction stuff. It's a fucking lie. Or is it? It's a definition of the terms and the phenomena that we use to manifest our reality. That's another one of those tricky dicky things that the dark forces are, you know, we're just not taught how it all works. Okay. Yeah. Too far sideways?
No, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm? Oh, was Spirit Guide and what was the other one? Spirit Guides and what?
Angels.
And angels.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're talking angels, the angelic realms, if you can see them, feel them, sense them, or know they're there, you read and study, I'm a believer, I believe they exist. Well, are they real? If you were able to see them yourself personally in a dream, lucid dream, out of body experience, or you're standing there and they materialize in your room, or your grandma told you she saw one, and she said it was real, and you believe your grandma, then you could agree, say, okay, yeah, they're real. Yeah. But whether they're real in the physical sense in that way or not, if you believe there's an angelic hierarchy, and there are millions and billions of these things, like there's millions and billions of beings in higher realms and other realms and planes of existence, you could actually say, are non-physical beings real? They're non-physical. They're not physical real, but they exist. If you believe they do, if you've seen them, experienced them, had conversations with them in dreams, lucid dreams, out of experiences, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then angels would be real. And all the details about the halos and the wings and the heavens and all that shit, it's whatever you believe will be your belief until you experience it personally. And if you personally experience it as your personal reality, and it is real to you. And you look around and talk to different people, get online, your favorite places, and you find other people that believe what you believe, and if you both agree that they exist, and especially if you both seen them with the wings and everything and the halo, you go, fuck yeah. Fist bump. They're real. Yeah. But that's my understanding. The realness of it.
For me, like, as I listen to you, it makes me think about people. Let's say you're living with the family members or someone you know, or just like people around you are not necessarily narcissists, but they're not good for you in a way where they're gaslighting you, you know? And so the person like puts things around the house, and then the people living with you switch it up, and then like no, like it was never there, you're just making it up. And so like you're living in the environment where you're doing something and you know it's real, but then everyone else around you does not agree with you, and it makes question that their sanity. Like, what am I going crazy? Am I really not thinking about this stuff? And like really, like, those people get so messed up, you know, like you're living in the surroundings where you're constantly saying you're wrong, it didn't happen, you're lying, stop making shit up, and you're doing something, you're just putting the cup there and you left it and someone else misplaced it, and now all of a sudden telling you a story like it wasn't there in the first place. And you're like, the fucking oil left it there, and like all of a sudden you're like one thing after another, living there day to day for years. It's gonna drive you crazy. And I don't know, like, I'm just like bringing it up because I know there's like a lot of people going through it, and it's good to be aware of that stuff because move away. Yeah, it's like it's bad.
Well, about this thing about angels, are they? You know, in context, I can see maybe you're asking it from a different direction. Like, you know, you have some, maybe you're not religious, and you have family members and different people are religious and they believe in angels, and they're real, and they're trying to shove angels on them. Well, their definition of angel, you have to understand that first to know what they're talking about. And normally, my understanding of that, the definition of angel, when people use the word angel, they're referencing the Christian religion.
Yes.
Now, there may be other angels that, other people, other religions that believe in the angel phenomena and call them angels, and that's okay. I'm just saying my upbringing was in the Christian realm, and when you say angel, you're talking about beings that are non-physical, that also believe in Christianity and the whole Christian religion teachings that you hear here and there, Catholic Church and different places. And now, then we're talking, there's legions of these, and they're in hierarchies, the angelic hierarchy. Now, I believe those beings, I have seen and talked to beings in the non-physical realms. I've shook their hands, I've talked to them, I've laughed at them, I've told them jokes. They, I sing in bands with them. They're real in that definition of real. But the angels, I didn't see them. I don't go to those places. It's like, are there Aboriginal Australians? The Aborigines in Australia? I believe it. I've never been there, but I believe it. Same with the angelic realms. I believe it. I believe they're there, and I think Ogville has seen these guys, but I don't believe their backstory like the religious people do. The Christians believe what an angel is all about. And even the look can be deceiving or flexible. So, but yeah, if you want to say, do angels exist? Yeah.
We're going deep.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Like that.
It's good stuff, though. I'm glad you guys are asking this stuff.
Yeah. And also, like Blackie, Steven is asking, hey, Kvita, have you received my email regarding session notes? Yes, I did. I did not respond, but I got your email, so we're good. Yeah, we had more questions to the top, I think, as well. And how are you doing so far?
So I need another cup of coffee, but I'm doing okay. You want to chit chat with your peeps for a little while? This is your platform. I'll go get some coffee. You're the guest star here. Hi, hi, how you doing, everybody?
Wait. No. Do it again.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Oh, sorry. No. No. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. And hey, I'm enjoying this, you guys. The only thing I feel really bad about, and I feel really bad.
Really?
I'm really sad. Yeah, I'm so busy talking that I'm not reading hardly any of the comments.
Yeah.
So do you want us to read comments while the other talks? I don't want to talk. I don't want to read comments. I can't see them anyway, hardly.
It's all good.
Anyway, I'm going to go get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Mm-hmm. And you guys can talk behind my back. It's okay. No, really, it is.
Fine.
All right.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, bye now. I'll be back in a few.
All right. Henrique is asking, how can you appoint one session with me again? You think it would help you getting through these hard times? Yeah, I do remote sessions right now, but I assume in the nearest future, I think if everything goes well, if I get most of the people covered and I do the free sessions I say that I'm gonna do, from December 1st, I probably could start getting back to live sessions. So I'm not sure about it yet, but I think I'm gonna get back to doing live sessions, maybe. So 50-50. Andromeda, yes, I've read your email. I have sent you back email and also comment on YouTube. I'm not sure if you noticed or not. But yeah, so yeah, regarding getting sessions with me, Enrique, depends on your needs, because I could do remote sessions on you. If you're not feeling like I don't like remote stuff, then you'll have to wait a little bit longer. But feel free to get in touch with me, write me an email, tell me what you're going through and how can I help you, because we can definitely sort of get something going. Yeah. And we have tons of people coming in. Elaine, Anna, hey y'all. So yeah, how's your weekend going? I'm actually amazed. I do a weird thing where I can go to sleep, and my physical body's okay, just have to wait it out and fall asleep somehow, because I'm not too much into sleeping, but then get hyped up about life and lots of different projects, and I just think of what to do, and like I watch different people and I get inspired by them, and I just want to do more to help others to do things in life, and I want to talk about it, but at the same time I don't, because some of the projects are kind of, I don't want to just talk, I want to do it. So like I'm working in the background, sort of documenting things, putting it together, and it's a long ass project, like massive, like I've never done anything like it, but I want to work on it, and when I have something then I can put it out and like show you guys what I'm doing. But until then it's like I better zip it, because like got to walk the talk, how do you say. Yeah, Stephanie saying, how about the semi-remote, semi-live sessions type sessions? Is that possible? As I know you're more comfortable with remote, but live is easier to ask questions, of course, when working. Yeah, it really depends on your needs, people, because if some people will, like, we can connect, and let's say, depending on how long the sessions would be, for 30 minutes we can connect and, like, ask you all the questions, check you out, like, really fast, and do like live chit chat where we like I find all the information, and maybe it's dual with me and Rich and you, or it's just me and you, like whichever way you prefer, or Rich and you, we'll see. And after that, like when we get plenty of information, we can switch into, okay, I got everything, I'm gonna do your audio session and send it back to you ASAP. The thing, like for me, we shifted work, and it was sort of much of a backlog where we had tons of sessions to give, like over 200 clients, and it's like damn, like it's a massive list. Or like I'm saying on 200 clients, like 200 sessions, not clients. So it was like a real backlog, and I'm getting closer to like finally it's tight. I see like where I can like really work and get everything done. And once I get everything done, like finally I can do the other kind of work. It's like right now, like I would feel really bad if I have remote sessions to give, and then I'm starting to promote my live sessions. It would not be the thing. So yeah, Rich, what the fuck? Get back here. Kim, yeah, I noticed that you've sent me an email. I have not responded to you, but I know you did send it to me. So yeah. Okay. Simeon is saying, hello Aquila, could you explain a little bit about your unusual ability to see things in reality, which most of us don't? I'm mostly interested in techniques and methods and how to do it. Yeah, so here just like, it's easy for me to talk because I was sort of born with it. Like I wasn't really, I'm gonna work and activate it. No, I was like a baby, and it's a fun thing. When my parents were around as a baby, I could not fall asleep. I'm like, just have to wait for until they leave, and once they leave me alone, I can finally like chill. And I would fall asleep because like there would be other beings coming in, and like I could actually sort of like feel comfortable with them, and that was cool. But like basically, I grew up as a kid seeing stuff from the very beginning. I was seeing shit, and I'm like, I had to adjust because like I'm just like a little baby running around the house and like climbing on the windowsill, like looking through the window, and I see things flying around. Like for example, like, hey mom, look, there's a being. Like literally, if some of you were able to actually see entities and stuff, you look through the window, and there's a lot of times other beings who are not going within your space because like some people like are like, this is my private space, no one can get in. And they respect that. So basically, they're like literally at the window. And if you've seen those like photos, for example, like there's this glass, and people are just like slapped up, and their nose is all up and stuff like that. So like like this is all like face like that. So like there's literally entities and other beings like watching through the window what you're doing, and they're not going within your space because like either they're not allowed, like because we set the rules, or like simply they're just like respecting us. So like benevolent ones will sort of like keep watching, make sure you get comfy with them before they like come in, because some people like if you just have a being pop up like that, like what the fuck, you get scared. So like they have to make sure you're feeling comfortable, which is like a lot of times people watch TV or something and they get comfortable with like, oh look, a cat, a lion, or something fluffy and like looks cute. So a lot of these beings, when they come over, they already start looking like animals, and you're comfortable, like, oh, it's fluffy, and you can like pet it and stuff, and you're feeling like you have a friend there. Which like a lot of times like people are like, kids have imaginary friends, what parents call them and stuff, and it's not. Like they literally see live beings, they can interact with them, talk to them, hear them, and all the stuff. Like depends on the kids' like levels and stuff. But like for me, I grew up seeing those things, and I did not knew why, and I felt really weird where like, hey mom, look, he's saying like that, and they're like, there's no one there. and they would go check and stuff, and like I was the weird kid on the block. So that happened, and then like life happened where I understood, like, you know, like if I talk about it, and like I had like this other, can you call her like my spirit guardian, but like more like a being I knew in past who came and sort of like made sure I'm safe here. So like I have this like little teddy bear, and his consciousness would move into that teddy bear, so whenever I'm with him, I can talk to him, and like I hear him and all this stuff. But then he can move out and like shapeshift and make sure like I see him like full blown. So like he would make sure like if I'm around parents or people, he's in the space and like, hey, it's Mickey's saying this, Mickey's saying that, oh, like how cool, she's talking to the teddy bear. But when everyone else leaves, this being can actually move out and like become like full size and talk to me, and I'm like, whoa. So like I had the assurance I had like this person to talk to and really connect. And like Simon is asking, do you see things like through your head or through my own eyes? Like I see through my own eyes. Why is like eyes wide open? I'm looking around and I can see whether this entity, spirits, beings, like that. So for me, it's easy. But then I had to turn it off because life happened, and as a kid, you're supposed to be normal. You're not supposed to see stuff like that. And if you're seeing, you're gonna get pills and you're gonna go to the nut house and stuff like that. So like you have to make sure you're safe. So like I had to sort of like suppress it and like sort of like turn it off. And for me, it was a big deal because like when I was a kid, I was literally getting out of body, recalling my past lives, and sort of like was traumatic because like I'm just a little baby, but I'm waking up and I'm screaming and I'm crying, and parents like, what happened? And it's not the night terror. It's me going into my past life and reliving the destruction of the planet or the loss of a family and different things. And as a kid, that would be a big loss for me. And I wake up like, damn, and I could not understand what happening. Like, you know, like, as a person, I'm just a kid. I can't explain it. I don't have the labels like, oh, I got out of body. Oh, remember my past life. No. It was like because of the experiences, and I did not knew what the fuck is going on, to the point where it was too much, and I shut it all off to sort of adjust and fit in the system. And it was like sort of years later where those things started like popping up again, where, you know, like you live like your life, and you know, it's like something's not right. Something's just not the way it's supposed to be. And you're looking for that truth, you're looking for yourself, like, who am I, why am I here? You're asking all those questions because it's natural awakening, and then it starts popping up again. Like, I was sort of started accessing those things again and seeing it, and finally like, getting in touch. And then Rich was one of the people like who taught me to get out of body, to actually get in connect with stuff. But for me to say like, oh, you know, do this to see beings and stuff like that, like, one thing I did to actually sort of like see like entities, spirit guides, other things, when I had everything suppressed and I trained myself to see it again, I started from simple training as into just like, you take your hand like this, that with the camera. So I would have like my hand right in front of me, and what I'm doing is like I'm focusing on my fingers. So it's like I'm just like looking at my fingers, and my emotions would be neutral. It can't be positive or like, yeah, I'm happy, and it cannot be sad. It stays in neutral, and I'm just doing like just focusing on my fingers and looking at it. And you can sort of like imagine your body energy flowing in your hand and filling up your fingers so that like the energy here would expand. But if you're paying attention, if you're looking just like with no fuss, no nothing, just empty space, and you're just looking, you start seeing like energy popping up around your fingers, and it expands, and like you move it and you see the energy follow. And okay, so this is just my hand, and then you can literally like sort of like either stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself, and you will see the like, you know, sort of like the energy of yourself. And for me, like I started seeing my own energy layers and how it's all laid out, and then it moved into like having more of auras, like where you see colors. But then when I went to school and sort of like started looking at people, and I started like paying attention, like, hey, people around me, I'm just gonna focus on them, try the same thing. And all of a sudden, I saw a person here sitting, and there's this energetic figure standing behind him. I'm like, what the hell? It's not their energy. The being is standing. Why? And I see the energy like body move around the classroom. Like, what? And for me, the more I watched it, the more I understood. Like this person was sort of like, let's say, if the whole classroom is going nuts and just like making sounds, and the teacher's getting pissed off, this energy being just sort of like put the hand on the shoulder, tapping into it, and you would see the energy, like the teacher's energy would like sort of be rageful, and then it sort of calms down, and the teacher sort of like from this like being annoyed and kind of like rageful into like chill, and the whole feeling state changes like that. And he's like, okay, calm down, everyone. And I was like, okay, like fine. But like you would see this being like walking around the class and like impacting them and stuff like that. So like that was cool. But so like I started paying them more attention, and sort of like literally everything starts from you looking at your own hands. not having any thoughts, because the moment you like, hey, I see the energy, yeah, and it disappears because your vibration changes, your energy changes. So like you literally had, you like look at your hands. That was like simplest for me. Like I'm looking at my hands, paying attention, like simply not blinking, just looking. Clear mind, no thoughts, no feeling states, no good or bad or wrong or anything, just like looking. And you start seeing energy, and from then it builds up. So like I would practice it a lot. Like I'm going from school and look at the trees, and every single leaf has the energy, and like, you know, like it's everything. Wherever there's life, or like everywhere there's energy, you know. So for me, like it was a big thing where like, hey, I'm starting to practice that again, and I didn't know what it was, but naturally I was sort of interested. Like, hey, it's working, it's interesting. I'm seeing more stuff, and then, you know, like it wasn't just me. Like for example, like in school, like I would like tell my classmates like, hey, like I'm doing this thing, like try it out. So my classmates, she would like practice looking at her hands as well. And 2 weeks later, we're like at this hall. There's like this like hundreds of students. Like, you know, there's like this there's like kind of like a theater, but like everyone just gathers up to watch the show. And my classmate is like, hey, look, they have this energy body. There's a spirit guide, and she started seeing that too because she was practicing with me. And so I think that absolutely everyone can do it if you just like are paying attention, if you're doing this practice, and it's just a build-up. So yeah, so that's my story. I guess, you know, if you would say that that's something you want to try out, it's literally a build-up. So like I'm pretty sure like absolutely everyone can do it. Same thing as getting out of body, as doing the energy work, as doing these counts like I'm doing, and everything else. Everyone is capable of it. It's just like a little practice and just being consistent. Hi.
Hi, I'm back. I had to make some coffee.
Aw, did you make a play?
And then I got involved watching from the other computer.
You were watching this?
Yeah.
Damn. All right. What do you think?
Awesome. I think great. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, where are we at?
Let's see.
Let's answer a question.
Yeah, let's answer a question. I'm always asking, like, Villa, when do you stream and what time? Really randomly, whenever I feel like it, starting from 7, 8, 9 to whatever. I don't have a schedule yet, so, like, whenever I'm feeling it. Next. Let's see. Let's see.
I see a question mark.
Yeah.
My eyes, I can't see clearly
it's
without
okay.
my glasses.
So Zach is saying, like, how long did it take you to go from being able to see energy around your fingers to being able to see the entities? The amount of time. I think it wasn't that much of the time. I was just becoming aware of it. Like, for example, like, I started with paying attention to my own energy, so I would, like, pay attention, like, okay, my hands, my energy. And I would, like, you know, like, I would read up, and, for example, like, I'm feeling like I would be at the PC, and I feel like someone's behind me, someone's watching me, like, would creep me out. I would feel like so uncomfortable to the point where, like, okay, I have to confront it. So literally turn around and just sort of, like, show up. And I had this, like really, like, strong intention, like, to let this being, like, okay, like, just appear here. And all of a sudden, like, I would see the energy form. It's, like, it's not really clear, like, they don't, like, really pop out like that, like, when it started, they didn't really pop out like Rich here. It's not like boom, and I see this being right in front of me, but more like just the energy form. And we're sort of like, okay, I sort of like sense this being. I can sort of make up the shape, and by talking to this being, I was sort of like direct my energy, and I can say like if I feel uncomfortable, I'm like leave my room because I don't feel comfortable, and I'm sort of like taking this place of authority or feeling kind of like sovereign to the point where like I'm the boss, this is my house, my rules, you know, so like get out. And I wasn't like really rude, but I felt like, you know, with this being around, I felt like really kind of like weird, sort of like so this person sort of respect me and leave me. So like with these entities, same thing, like, you know, like, sort of like starts out with little shapes, like literally I can talk to Rich, like when we started out, and like we sort of like were learning to do this sort of solar retrieval, and with like learning this, I was sort of like looking for my soul aspect with that had the loving energy. And all of a sudden, like, I just, like, I sort of felt like, okay, yeah, like, I got released and stuff. I went to the kitchen, I'm coming back, and there's this massive glowing orb in my room, like, whoa, it's like, sort of, like, that was, like, pretty cool. But as a build-up, I started seeing as an energy form, like, when I was young, I saw it clearly. Then I blocked it all off, and then when I started seeing it again, sort of build up from little energy to finally seeing real shapes to the point where I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm gonna go pee. open up my bedroom doors and like there's this kid standing right in front of like fuck, and I like I would get scared and I would like just like close the doors like fuck, and I want to go out and I'm like I'm gonna stay in the room, I'm not gonna go out there because it's like really scary. The point where like like the beings you see around is like are real as Rich, so that was creepy as fuck. But it's not that much about time, it's just like practice and sort of like knowing that they're there and you want to see them, and like like when you give them like that option to show up, they're gonna be there. So I guess that would be my answer. Like it's not that much about time as much as the awareness and intentions. So yeah. And we have other questions as well. We need Rich to talk.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Appreciate
thank
it,
you for
man.
this massive donation. Okay.
Something
Let's
about a infinite corridor right there.
Mm-hmm.
If theoretically, if you learn to shift your consciousness, you could wake up in the real world outside of this matrix simulation. Absolutely. And above that is simulation, but the question is, how do we know? How can we tell the difference? Well, see, now that's a good. Let's step back and look at this. What's the difference between a simulation and a real reality? Well, okay, a reality has to be like a dream or a visualization that you're having, but others agree to it, and you can be so involved in it that you stop calling it the dream and you call it the real experience or the real world, whereas your dream is something, the reality experience you had, but only you saw it, nobody else did. What?
Would you mind continuing on while I just get the thing?
No, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, I can't talk without it. Oh God. No, so a reality system, whether it's a simulated reality or what we'd call the real reality, it has to do. The difference isn't about the realness of it, because if this is a matrix and we're in a simulation, it feels real, really, doesn't it? So the definition of real is that you can touch it and feel it, and it has all the stuff that we've decided. If it has all this stuff, you can breathe and you can feel the temperature and the gravity, and you got all these little subconscious little things you check off. And if they're all in place, you can say, yeah, this is real, and there's no suspicion. But if all of a sudden you're walking and the dog starts floating, you're going to start. I thought this was real. Now you're going to start checking: is this a dream or is something wrong with the dog? So, come to find out.
The dog was a balloon.
Yeah, where's that balloon? Anyway, so whether simulated reality or real reality, it feels, the touchy-feely is the same. But what's different between a simulated reality? Simulation is something that is similar to something else. So that means there had to be a something else, dreamscape, that everybody agreed on and called it real, and thus called it reality, and call it physical universe reality or fourth density reality or fifth density reality. But this is reality. All your buddies agree. So this is reality. What's similar to that? Well, a simulation, by definition, is something that's similar and constructed. A simulation is a construct or a pretend, or it's not the actual or the real. So by definition, a simulation reality or a matrix is not the real deal. So we can tell that the real deal came first, and the simulation had to come second as a copy, simulated rendition, construct of the real deal. So that's the differences between real reality and simulated reality. But now let's say this is the simulated reality and it's a matrix, and we broke free of it and we got into a higher level plane of which this is a copy or a simulation of. So that would be, with you and your buddies, that would be reality, your reality. Now if you didn't have an expanded understanding of what the word reality means, you would be going, well, this is real reality. Me and my buddies, we agree that this is real, and we know it's not the physical universe simulated reality matrix. We know that. But this is the real reality. Well, that would imply that you didn't really understand that somebody in fifth density reality is also experiencing a real reality from their perspective. But they would probably understand that a reality, dream, all the world, the physical reality is a dream, and all dreams are real. If you have an expanded understanding of what a dream and a reality is, and how they're made, and who creates it, and how they're created, then you could look at this question once again: how can you tell if it's real or if it's a simulation, and how do you get out of it? Well, first, how do you get out of it? You simply shift your consciousness, like you shifted from having a dream last night. You just shifted your consciousness, and now you tune back into the physical world experience. Now, why did you do that? Why didn't you just dream the rest of your eternity and never come back to the physical? Because we have our subconscious programming that calls us back. If our physical body, of which we are still connected in consciousness with, we're like connected to it, and we can feel when it gets uncomfortable, even if we're out running around the astral plane. If somebody's like poking at it, hey, wake up, it's time to go to work, or something, then the physical universe body sensations and pains and aches and pressures and all that will draw us back to it because it needs attention. So it's our programming will bring us back. Okay, but if you were able to break free of that, you didn't want to come back, you wanted to be a walk out and let somebody else walk in, or you wanted to be a drop dead and physical and never come back, and you tried a few things and it failed maybe, and you're still working it. But if you could go to sleep tonight and never wake up here again, you'd be all cool. Well, if you stayed over there in that other realm, you'd have to ask yourself, is this real or not? And if you said, no, it's a dream, you'd have to understand what you mean by dream. What is a dream? A dream is, maybe by your definition, is something that you've created all with yourself, by yourself, all on your own. And there's nobody else involved. It's just me, and I'm imagining all these other people, these buildings, this world, the sky, and this everything. Then you're living in a dream. Now, can you get out of the dream? Yeah, you can shift consciousness by retuning and having another dream. Or like we daydream. Some people can daydream and it's very vivid and real. They put so much consciousness into the dream, the daydream, the visualization, and they can start touching it and feel it, and then they can start interacting, and they actually can shift consciousness into their daydream, and they've just gone out of body and shifted it into an alternate reality, parallel universe, or non-physical realm, of which they created consciously on their own. But now it's touchy-feely real. So their daydream becomes real, and that becomes their new reality, but they're doing it by themselves, so that would be a dream, if that's what your definition of dream is. But if there are other beings that are not you, that you consider they're not you, and they don't think they're you, and they see you creating your dream and say, hey, can I play? And they tune into your dream. It's like telepathy, but they're seeing your entire dreamscape, and they move into it, and they go, oh, what a great dream. And you get 1 million people, 1 billion people, 1 trillion people into this one dream, and then they all agree. They forget what reality is, and simulated realities and matrix and dreams. They can't tell the difference, don't know what's going on. They go, this is real. This is the new reality. This is the new fucking pink. Look. And they believe it. They believe it's real, so that becomes their reality. So how do you get out of this simulated reality matrix? Is by shifting consciousness away from here. You stop focusing on this place. You stop being aware of it. If you're aware of it, you're creating it. If you're creating it, you're aware of it. That'd be another conversation. But this world, you have to stop focusing on, thinking about, and you have to stop feeling it, seeing it, hearing it, and smelling it, and all that. And usually the easiest way to do that is to tune out of your physical body, because it is the receptor, the perception tool for this world. So when you go to sleep at night, the physical body goes unconscious, sleep mode, and then you disconnect from it to a degree. And so you're no longer conscious or aware of the physical universe experience through the physical body, but now you start becoming aware of something else. It might be the void, it might be darkness, blackness, it might be just a regular weird dream, or it might be what you would consider a lucid dream or an out-of-body experience. But you're, and now this is how you got out of the physical universe matrix and into a higher plane. And even if this is a simulated reality, same story. And this probably is a simulated reality in that it's a creation or a copy or a construct that's similar to something else of which it is fashioned. And there's real-time double, astral double, there's all these quote doubles of the physical universe experience that can be something of which the physical universe is modeled after. That was the short answer. Was it okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Is it okay?
Yeah. So we have a few things. Jed OB1 is saying, I'd like to know if she sees anything so French she can't tell us by the way of being just the pure evil or something that we wouldn't understand completely. We're talking about like when I'm doing sessions and my visuals and what I'm seeing and stuff like that. Usually like whatever I'm seeing, I'm telling you all about. The only parts I can hold back are something gruesome or something I don't know how to put in words, like which is why I have my translator. You know, like yeah. But I brought the cans and everything else because we had a few people, specifically Lewis. He was wanting to see if we could do the live session, which would be we would choose a target and really do some scanning right now.
Oh,
what do you think?
It's up to you. If you're feeling fresh enough for it,
we can do a quickie. I don't know. What are your thoughts? 50-50.
Yeah. If you're up for it and can see your stuff, sure, we can tune into something for it.
Pretty sure, like something quick, something easy to target.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, generally, not his target or anything, just something.
Yeah, like he just wants to know if we could do live session. He had a few examples, but we didn't necessarily need to take that, but just something in general.
Okay, sure.
So I don't know. We're just gonna take something I'm comfy with, I guess.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
We're gonna show the cans.
Yeah, we're gonna show the cams.
Okay.
You're gonna explain everything how it all works so that people would understand what the fuck is going on, and then you know.
Okay.
Let's see. Capture the window. Where is it? There it is. We have this little thingy here, and it's here. So we're gonna put it right there. We're gonna make our video smaller. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, so this is a little meter we use. It's like a resistance meter, like an ohm meter, but it's extremely sensitive, and it registers different responses by virtue of psychic energy, mental energy, stuff like that. And it's usually under the level of conscious knowing. So we use it as a guide. It'll pick up it'll give us clues on what to look into, even if we're not consciously aware that there's something there. We might sense it or feel it, and the needle will do one reaction or another. And so we've learned to read the meter and know how to use it as a guide. So now we just need something to focus in on.
I'm going with general targets. I don't know, like Lewis wanted some general targets or... what was he saying? Lewis was saying, how about trying to scan a general station, like bad guys behind a false flag, a disease, benefits from chat room, blah, 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 blah. So, like, the first one that pops in my head, maybe headaches, maybe people's inability to get out of the body. We can, like, like the crystal place? I'm going for a crystal place, maybe just check out things there. Choose a target, like, maybe people have... backache or some issue, like people drop into your physical body the issue that you have, like what is it that you have with your body, like that's not working so good. Is your heartbeat going weird? Is like do you have headaches? Do you have backaches? Whatever. Do you have any issues?
Okay, let's do the general issue that would affects all of humanity.
Yeah,
just one of the many things. Now we're going to address the subject of head somatics, head sensations, pains, aches, stuff like that within the head. And what we know about it is that if you're addressing a subject like that, it's not going to be one thing.
Yes.
It's going to be this and 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 this together make up the issue that a person has if they have a chronic head ache issue. But they're within these many issues, there'll be as you sort these issues out, you look at what's going on, then you get to the core issue. Sometimes you can get the core issue immediately, and sometimes you got to take it apart. Yeah. So we can look into something like that, and it's going to be something that's common to a lot of people, most likely. The kind of things that we will find. First we're going to define the headache. Is it a headache? Is it a sharp pain in the left side of the head? Is it a dull ache in the middle of the brain? You focus in. Agvila just does this automatically. She doesn't have to go through the routine, but I'm kind of explaining it out loud. So let's just go with the dull ache in the left side of the brain.
I have to look up dull ache, to translate it in Lithuanian.
It's a okay. She's gonna translate it here.
Or like done definition just to work with myself.
Dull, as in not distinct, or it's not like this would be like a sharp pain.
So here, for me,
it'd be a sharp pain,
yes.
like stick it with her with the my fingernail, like a sharp pain.
Yeah.
And a dull ache would be it kind of hurts all through in there, but you can't really pinpoint it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dull, as in not sharp or acute or clear.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just kind of like a pain.
Left side
of the
okay.
Head.
Here's another thing, people. We have lived for billions of lifetimes, which means in each of our lifetimes we might have gone through something good, through something bad. Sometimes we have been like, I'm just thinking of like taking a baseball bat, like bat, like bang, 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 like hitting the head, and you're like really hurts. But next time you might have your head cut off. Next time you might fall out on your head and like really die and stuff like that. Tons of shit can happen, and our issues build up. It's not just like, oh, I have one little problem and like we just do a session and everything goes away, but more like you have lived for billions of lifetimes to the point where it all sort of like lays over like onion layers. Yeah. So we look at one issue and we take off one layer, and there's gonna be tons of more. So just something to keep in mind, like like when we're looking into this, we're discovering just like one little thing out of a whole lot. So there. Yeah,
it's good. Okay, well, a couple people mentioned particular kinds of headaches. Pick one of these, and if you want. Like this, maybe a
pressure on the forehead, not painful. Or
we can go the one I'm experiencing right now. Kind of a like I was saying, kind of an ache, light ache on the side here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Light ache on the side.
Yeah, as I talk about it, it gets more intense and a little bit of an ache behind the eye.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So since I mentioned...
That's funny. There's nothing wrong before you start talking about it. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's the thing. Focusing on it, you're going to trigger it. You're going to become more aware of it, and like you're focusing on it, so you definitely got to pick it up. Yeah. I mentioned crystal place, so I can either focus on you and your ache, or go in the crystal place and look the whole humanity, that kind of ache.
Yeah. As a representative of the phenomena, but look at it from in the crystal place. Yeah. Now, your folks know what the crystal place is?
I'm going to mention it again. I was just like, So recently, like about like half a year ago, we were doing sessions, and basically we found this crystal place in the drama. It's basically kind of like, it's a facility, or like a realm even.
Yeah. A realm is like a, astral realm, kind of like that. Yep. And there's in the Andromeda area. Okay. And it's vast, and it's got many story levels. It's like a deep underground base with millions of levels.
It's not never ending. The thing is, like, you can go levels like down, like tons of levels down, and if you're on one level, it just keeps on going. There is no end. And so it's like there's tons of these pedestals, and on each pedestal, or like each kind of like table, or like the stand, has this crystal on it. Mm-hmm. Each crystal like kind of like sees a see-through, unless you put like a program headache, humanity headache, or specifically like like an inability to get out of body, and why. So yeah, except this crystal is roundish. So it's complete like a ball.
Crystal ball.
Yeah,
we
don't have those.
I'm gonna buy you one of those for Christmas.
Thanks. Yay. So those crystals, when I set like a program of what I'm looking for specifically, it's like through all those millions of crystals through now the floors, and the floors are sort of see-through like a glass, so if I look down, I see them below my feet, and it's just kind of like never-ending, like, whoa, you know, like kind of like the abyss, but you see everything down below. And when I set the command headaches, crystals that have something to do with causing the headaches, as in, there was a being that programmed to cause the headache. They have a program, whether it is like a zapping thing or like whatever, they create the program, and now the crystal is programmed, so this is gonna work with the command of whatever's given. Kind of like that, if that makes sense. Or unless you can clarify?
No, that's good.
Yeah. So like, when I like look for headaches, they're gonna start appearing in different sort of colors, and now I can sort of depict them. And when I pick the crystal, I sort of get flashes of what the crystal is all about, like what kind of program is written within the crystal. And from then on, I can tell you all about it, like what's causing the pain, what's happening, and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And you got to look at life in the physical plane and the Earth, the humans on Earth. We're like. Imagine a massive supercomputer, and somebody wrote the program for that supercomputer, and they're absolutely really, really intelligent, and they've been around for millions upon millions and millions of years, billions of years, creating this stuff, this AI stuff, and these different ways to track entities, and you know how like super scientists, they get under there with their super microscopes, and they're tracking DNA code now. It's like micro, but no problem. And they got it in a computer, and they got control of it and tracking it and all that shit. Well, that's being done to us from these beings on much higher levels and from other places. And so one of these places that Agvila stumbled into was this crystal library or reservoir or warehouse, so to speak.
I think people can even like go to our YouTube channel. I'm not sure if yours or mine, but we had this video with a reptilian where we met our buddy. Anyway,
so that's the crystal place. So you can tune into there.
Yeah.
And you want to just start in looking for.
Yeah, basically the way we do the sessions is like whether it was me and Rich or just me, I start relaxing. Sometimes I do it with eyes open. Sometimes I do it with eyes closed. I can close my eyes for right now just to focus in. When I close my eyes and I relax, I have my physical body sort of go to this meditative state, while my consciousness goes somewhere else. And then basically my point of view is not here anymore, my point of view is somewhere else. And from then on, I can explore things, look around, see what I'm, like tell you what I'm seeing. And basically, as I'm having the eyes closed, Rich is going to see the reads, and you can tell him more about it. Explain it like,
okay. You know, I'm going to switch the different sensitivity here. And so I'll be able to read this meter. When it goes to the right, that's the thing we're most interested in. But it's got to go to the left to build up the charge. And then on going to the right, it releases charges. She spots things. It's like she's touching a battery, and it goes psst, and a little bit of the electrical charge dissipates. That'd be the read, the needle going that way. Not every time, but generally speaking. So she's going to close her eyes, and as she's scanning and looking, I'll go that, and that'll help her look at what she's tracking and looking for. Yeah. Good enough?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go pee because my attention is like, I have a full bladder, and like I can go look, but I do have full bladder, and it's like a present time problem.
That.
Exactly.
Gotta go pee.
So I'm gonna go pee, and you can talk to them and explain a few things, and I'll be back, and we can just check it out.
Yeah. So give me a little feedback here, guys. Is this interesting? Is this worth you guys interested? I hope you say yes, because we're gonna do it anyway. But we're going to show you how Agvila does this sort of work here, and go from there. Oh, good. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Good, John. Yeah. Oh, no, I got to pee. Never mind. Wise guy. Okay. So when the needle goes back and forth like this, when you're laughing, chuckling, stuff, it frees up. There's no, it's not connected to any particular charge because this needle is reading your attention, and when your attention frees up from your subconscious mind, the needle will float freely back and forth. So you're getting a little of that action while I'm holding the cans here. So as Agvila tunes in, the needle will tighten up and it'll probably start going to the left, to the left, and then we'll just use the meter to guide us. Okay.
Yeah, we should restart the
And
needle. Locks up.
Reset the needle. Okay. There we go.
All right. Just for the people that have missed it, what is the needle thing?
Welcome to the party.
Yeah. Yeah, balloons. Where's the balloon?
Pizza's on the way.
Yeah.
So the needle, Agvila's just going to use, we're using this little meter here to help track what Agvila is focusing on. She's going to do a psychic scan right now. We're going to track basically one of the many phenomena that cause the headaches in humanity, particularly the one on the right side of the left side of the dimple.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so again, just tune in, and I'll just be chill about it. Like a lot of times, I want to do the full scan and tell all the deals, but like I'm just gonna describe things as I go and just go from there.
Yeah. Just tell us the details. We like to hear the details.
Zach is saying, I must have been channeling your bladder head copy as well.
Yeah.
On the same point, people. Yeah. All right, so I guess I can start.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so just starting with chilling my body, just sort of relaxing and becoming a blank state. For me, like opening my eyes, like that. Important part for me is to become a blank state. Everything that I am becomes nothing. Nothing from my past or from my beliefs just goes away. I don't care who I am. I'm just a blank slate, and whatever I'm seeing will be the present time thing, and I'll tell you all about it. And yeah, if you want to explain me more.
No, that's good enough.
All right.
That's perfect. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just focusing in on the Andromeda, and right here I am right now, like I don't know, like about 11th, 10th floor in this facility. Like I see a few above. There's plenty of these stands above and like sort of like standing somewhere in the middle or somewhere, and there's just lots of these things. It's a bit darker than last time. It's as if like there was like the lights kind of got dimmer a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And like the way you should sort of see it, how to describe it? It's like this massive floor, and there's like stand here, stand here, stand here, stand here. Like it's kind of like a corridors, but just like kind of like a one stand here with a crystal, and then a few feet away like another one, and it just keeps on going all over the place. Like it's like infinite. You can just keep on going and never ending, really.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, continue. That.
I'm writing down the command. It's in like the dull headache on the left side, and kind of like a bit of the ache behind the eye. Sort of becomes my target.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing a few crystals light up right away. Some of them are like in front of me, about, how to say it, 5 meters to the left, like there, and then like 2 meters to the right, like that away.
Mm-hmm. And generally for the people, as she's searching and scanning, if the needle starts going to the right, boom, 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 then she's really onto something. And if it's going to the left or it's kind of drifting, she's searching. Search, and when the needle goes, it's like, yes, that sort of thing, like that. So she's got her eyes closed, so I'm reading the meter for her, and I'll say that when I have to.
Okay, so like I'm standing in front of this like crystal, like the one that was on the right, like 2 meters to the right. It's kind of like the house is kind of like, how to say it? The color is green within, and it's interesting because it reminds me of, like clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're using those really fat wool or like knottings and stuff like that, I can show you an example on Google.
Okay.
Let's see if you can see it. Well, but it's like not even that. Very similar to this kind of
corduroy. It's got that
like
long, thick chunks of. Like
the materials like that,
Yeah, corduroy.
Yeah, so kind of like that, and it's sort of like just like all over the place. It's if like someone made a knot from it, sort of.
Okay.
So that, just saying, it's kind of like the thing I'm seeing with Finn is just that color, that kind of material.
Okay. And our needle got jammed and stuck.
Fuck. Okay, fix it.
Okay.
So now, like, I put my hand on the crystal, and sort of like my consciousness from like just a point of view goes within the crystal to experience the realm that's in it, and the realm is mere program. It's just like something that like someone created, and like I'm within. So whatever I'm seeing is just sort of like, it's kind of like you go within the matrix to see how it works, and then you can pull out, kind of like that.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing is as if like I get a sensation as if the whole room or this place that I'm in would be shrinking from every direction. You know, like how there's like some movies with the walls start like, to shrink and like sort of squeeze you in. So I'm feeling this sort of sensation as if like I'm being squeezed in right now. Like this kind of like surroundings. Like I'm just feeling it coming at me from every direction.
Okay, continue. That.
Right now I'm like looking for the who made this construct or like this kind of command of feeling like this thing I'm in.
That.
And I like what I'm getting is like sort of some sort of plant form, like really like not really a humanoid or some reptilians and stuff. It's just like literally kind of plant form.
Ooh.
And it's those viney plants, you know, like where they can just expand and stuff. And it's fully conscious sentient being. It's really like fully conscious, like just like.
Hey, it's already lightening up. The energy, the pressure of the headache thing. It's already lighting. It's like, oh, busted. And it's like the fuck out of here. Yeah.
It's an interesting concept. This plant like reminds me of those plants that are eating things, you know, like Mario plants.
Venus flytrap, they're called.
That one.
Once, yeah.
Yeah. It's a similar sort of concept of that plant, and what I'm seeing is like I'm going like just like getting like really close to it, and within, it's I can sort of like just amplify the sort of see through. And seeing within the plant as if like there was this like live humanoid who was consumed and the plant gained its intelligence.
Yeah.
Sort of like just like assuming the right control, you know, like sort of. Like
Yeah. Now some of you with visuals, you can hear what she's saying and you can like imagine what it might be in your own space. And it's a very good chance you're actually tuning into the real deal. You know, it could be your wild and crazy imagination, but you could also be tuning into the real deal. So, continue. That.
So basically, like, there's this Andromeda humanoid stuck in there, kind of like whitish skin, big eyes, has this like kind of like a suit, kind of like half suit, half robe, because some of the clothes are sort of like hanging and all. But the thing is, like, I'm looking at this being that was sort of consumed, and the being died because it was on a spaceship, and literally someone shot a laser and was killed by the shot to the head, and just dropped dead like that. And I'll see what else happened, but like eventually the person had the damage. And then there's something in the middle, and the plant consumed it, and the plant takes in whatever happened to the being, and now it's sort of that pain.
Yeah, the plant has a headache. Good, motherfucker.
All right, yeah. All right.
Okay, there's some truth in that. The energy is peels off. That's what the plant thinks. Yeah, I got a fucking headache from that one. Damn. And the energy, the headache kind of blew away too. Say, please continue.
So what I'm seeing is like people on a spaceship like clear off the dead bodies by simply dropping them to this planet off, like simply just like kicking off the spaceship, like you know, just dead body, like a dumpster.
Yeah, I saw the movie. It's like, it's just, they do that.
Okay.
Just kick off all the dead bodies.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So basically, whoever is killed in space right there are being sort of just like in that like dumpster planet.
Yeah.
But it's like planet of plants or something, where these beings consume others. And so, like, a reality I tuned into is actually sort of like reflection of that world. And basically, those plant beings are sentient, so whenever they consume something, they become that. And the thing that the person died with is what, you know, like, I'm not sure if the plant feels it, but we're the ones getting it.
Yeah.
Sort of, like, so I'll see, like, how is that connecting to the plant, the consumption, the death, and, like, why are we getting it? Like,
yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah.
So what I'm seeing is more of an Anunnaki human. It's giant, like 17 feet tall. Kind of like those giant humans we've had on Earth once. Like long hair, like it's the best way I can describe it, like Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's like this giant, like, but I'll look deeper. It's sort of like, interesting. Like I feel like a lot of energy coming from this being, and like this like massive resistance. Like this Anunnaki human does not want people escaping from Earth. It's like stay away from this place, and they don't want anyone coming in. So it's more like people that die in this space battles or whatever. Like whoever dies and end up getting on the planet. Somehow this energy is directed to not just humanity but others, like let's say here on Milky Way, in order to like stay there. And we get tons of issues and we focus like we sort of like focusing on here, which sort of keeps our attention here in the present, more attached to the body. And there's sort of like how to keep people away from their places, to just cause them pain, cause them to focus in this world and not let anyone else to go to their place.
Yeah, the plant beings are
Anunnaki human.
Oh, the Anunnaki humans.
Yeah, they're like, it's like the third party using everything in the environment, and like, oh, this is working. We're just gonna add those two together, connect to that, and cause damage there.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So I'll look more into like, do you have any directions, specifics you want to ask, or something I should look into, or should I just like?
Just keep going. I'll come up with something if necessary.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'm getting is like basically people who have been involved in secret space program and not necessarily here on Earth, just like, okay, being abducted to the 20 backs and stuff, and they end up going into space battles, and then they go into Andromeda more for war, and then there's a lot of like takeovers, domination, consumption, shit like that. But like they're human groups, not necessarily living here on Earth, but just like living in space. And they're using people like here, like us, that are like either taking our consciousness and putting into organic bodies and having us to go to war for them, or simply abducting us and having us to go on the missions. But basically what happens is like people on Earth are being taken as warriors, and like we are being used to go into Andromeda to help other people who are not living here on Earth, like humans, like we're not living here on Earth, are like targeting other worlds and basically take over. This is going to be our world. So we're the ones who show up like we are the enemy. We're like getting the main attention and causing the damage there. And once we're done, they like drop us back. And so like the Andromedas there are getting the damage, like with the Anunnaki humans, and more like how to say it. People who are orchestrating it all, like the humans that are not on Earth but like living in spaceships, they're more like they want to stay in shadows and not get the damage. So we're basically the scapegoats. We're being abused and like we're moved to the Andromeda. We're going to the wars and do the dirty work for them, and then we're the bad guys because we did it, and we were actually sort of controlled and like not really aware of it or whatever. Like you wake up in the morning like, oh fuck, I feel so drained and like tired and stuff. But the whole night you've been on a mission. And you don't remember it. So when you're back, these guys are like, these fuckers are abusing us. It's humans here on Earth. Not the ones who are in the spaceship doing everything, but we're the ones getting the main attention, which means like they have to stop us somehow. And if they cause headaches or other things, like, you know, like whoever dies in that planet or something, it becomes more like a one way that they can mess with us. So if all this pain they're causing us, we're going to focus in this physical world and like, this body is like, we're just focusing here, 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 so attached to the physical body that we don't get out of body to see what's going on for real, if that makes sense.
So the bad guys on Earth, in human form, or not, are controlling us, or are the humans, the non-physical humans?
They're humans. They're humans, but it's like it's a physical human, but they don't live on Earth.
Right. Okay. Those guys, they're using us, and they're using their high tech and whatever to pull us out of body and have us fight these wars in either non-physical, like a fourth density reality, or is it like a third density reality? Huh?
Third density, physical.
Third.
Yes.
Okay. So we're being like consciousness transferred into other bodies.
Yes.
And now we're fighting we're the grunts for them.
Yes.
We're fighting their wars, and the ones that we're fighting are getting pissed off, and that's the plant beings, or
plant beings are more of
just the garbage dump place.
Well, yeah, the garbage dump place and the tool, like they're like the energy transfer, like like it's kind of like a point where the energy comes in and you're gonna redirect it somewhere else. So the plant is more like they're gonna consume dead people, and whatever issue that people had, they're gonna assume it like now is their thing, and the plant's energy will be redirected to humanity.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
The physical humans, or those other guys?
Let's say people who die in Andromeda, like whether it is our bodies, like let's say I get abducted and I end up fighting in the war without really being aware of it. Like I can't remember here now, for example, but I get abducted, I fight the war, somehow my body's killed there, the body that like the organic body I had goes in a dumpster, the plant eats it, and however I died, where my head was cut off, whether I was split in half, whether something was shot there. So that pain I experienced before death, that last moment is the command, sort of like catching that kind of pain, and when the plants consume me, it will become the command of redirecting that pain to humanity.
Okay, and so the bad guy humans, not on Earth, but the bad guy humans, like running some of the secret space program things, they use this phenomena that these plants do, and they channel that energy or that phenomena of that pain. No.
Yeah. So people here, like humans that are not from Earth, but humans here in the Milky Way, they're going to Andromeda and attacking other planets, simply taking over, and that's going to become their bases, become their home. They need materials, they need to get stuff to sell off and make contacts and like make deals with like reptilians and others. So humans are going attacking other places, and there are Anunnaki humans living in Andromeda that are being attacked by humans here, and they're getting pissed off, so they want to keep these bodies here permanently, not allowing us to get out, because we are, like, if we get out, we cause them trouble. So if we don't get out, we're not going to cause them trouble.
Oh, okay.
Which is like the solution for them is like they redirect plants to attack us, like kind of like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. So then that gets us stuck back in our bodies here.
Yeah.
With our headaches and shit.
Yeah, because like whatever pains we experience there, the physical, like the body drops dead, the plants are sort of redirecting the pain here, and we either get headaches, we get backaches, we get some other things, but our main focus goes physical body, and we're clinging to this because of the pain, and we're not getting out. So it makes it harder to pull us out or other things, because we're like so like clinging, like it hurts, and you're focusing your attention to this, and it becomes so attached that pulling consciousness out of the body is kind of hard. Yeah. So the other guys like, we're safe because they're not getting out, and we're not going to be attacked because these guys ain't going to do shit by themselves. Yeah. Kind of like, Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the bad guys that are attacking us, keeping us stuck in our bodies, where are they attacking us instead of the non-Earth humans? Why are they attacking us instead of them?
Because we're the ones fighting.
Okay, so they're fighting us back. They're thinking it's we're causing it, like we're in control or something, and we're not. And those other guys that are actually controlling us to fight them are working in the background.
Yes.
And the enemy that we're fighting out there in the secret space program sort of thing, consciousness transferred into these other bodies. We go fight these wars, physical universe experience, and the ones we are fighting don't like us. They track us. They know where we're coming from. They're coming from Earth, so they're coming back at us with our headaches and different things that happen to us at night to keep us from getting out of body.
Yes.
And in fact, it's that third party that's causing us to attack them in the first place.
Yes.
Okay, I got it this time.
And the thing is, like let's say when they take our consciousness and we end up in that organic body that they give us. It's kind of like clone body or some organic body, like synthetic body, whatever. That body is like, we already have this kind of like, I feel this great purpose to fight for my crew, and like I'm patriot, and you feel this like implanted thoughts and feeling states, and you feel so alive, like it's a thing, I'm a warrior, I'm gonna protect these people, and you feel this massive mission, but it's all pre-programmed, and we come here into this body with all these feeling states, and like, oh, I feel this like a thing, and you go like, you're not aware of what, like, it's not me, I'm not feeling that for real, it's implanted, and you just like, I feel it, I'm gonna go for it, and like, so yeah, just saying.
Wow. I got it.
So
now.
there.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Go on. Just dive back in. And thanks for clearing the story up for me and how it works. Look into it some more and see what you can do. Take apart or scare off or blow away or something like that. Okay. That. Mm-hmm. That.
So I'm focusing because like I'm trying to track down the hierarchy. Like I was focusing on the spaceship and this third party that was affecting it all. But I know it's just sort of like what I'm picking up from people who are causing like this, doing it in the whole background, like where they're gonna abduct us, they're gonna use us as soldiers. This group is kind of like the elite here, and they're the mere puppets. It's like they themselves don't know the bigger game, but they got this mission and, the command was this, so we're gonna do this. And they're just going with the story.
Okay.
And there's someone behind that orchestrating everything and using these guys. It's just like, just keeps on going.
Yeah, we're the puppets, and they're the masters, but they have their puppets to puppet masters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and just keeps on going. With this being I'm sensing, it's kind of like this, it's demonic. So it's demonic and it's kind of like shapeshifter. It can become in a human form and appear like as commander and wear a hat and everything and like have the suit and everything. But next thing you know, it's turning into kind of like half reptilianish, but it's more like this body has, some of it has the fur on it, like kind of like hair, but some of it is kind of like bare, and goes from humanoid to kind of like, like with the horns and then the tail, and it's kind of like a bit of even dragonish, where even like the tail is like not just like the devil tail, but more like lizard tail, kind of like, but not the lizard tail. Yeah. If that makes sense. So yeah, the looks are like shapeshifter and like kind of like multidimensional. So kind of like that, like where it appears on the spaceships, can appear on the planet, and sort of like I get the same vibe that whoever is orchestrating here, the elite, some of the like factions, is doing the same thing with the faction here in the space, and kind of like same boss, different groups.
Yeah.
Different missions.
I got it.
Yeah. So I'm getting this being like just like thinking, what's up?
Okay, good. Continue. That.
I sort of like face to face, just like, why are you doing this? Like just asking like why, and it's basically like like why not? Like this, like I get sort of kind of like it's not word to word, but more like telepathic.
Yeah.
And what I'm getting is like the image, like like how we go to play online game, or like let's say strategy game, and you have your own village, and then you're making more people, and then you make your own army, and then your army will go attack someone else. So you're here in behind, and you're having fun playing, controlling these people. But you yourself, like, you would not like to go hit and stuff. You don't want to work out. You want to play and be in control. So it's kind of like the same thing. Like, why not? Like, I like to play this way. And to play this way means, like, controlling people from behind, or orchestrating and having them do their own things, kind of like, so... Yeah,
a lot like a fight manager. He likes to... He has fighters that fight in the ring, and these guys are duking it out, but he's not even the fight coach. He kind of owns the club, and he's not going to get in a ring. His game is make money, getting coaches and getting fighters and potential good fight, and throw them in. And he says, "Why are you doing this?" Well, why not? I don't want to get in there and get my face punched in. And this is fun. Yeah. Kind of like that.
Yeah,
Ish?
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue. Mm-hmm.
I'm asking, like, you know, like, how long have you been doing this? And it's basically, for millions of years. And I'm like, so why humans? Why humanity? Because they're dumb as fuck. And I'm like,
yeah, right.
Pretty much.
Okay, explains everything. Dumb as fuck.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he wanted to make deals and say, like, well, let's talk about it. Like, let's make a deal. Like, let's get something for both sides. But I'm not going for it. It's more like just like you were dumb enough to attack those that are actually that capable, So like you didn't think it through. So basically, just like I use this galactic vacuum. Like it's just like having this black hole in my hand. It's like mini black hole, but like kind of like sucking everything up, like him and the whole spaceship with the crew, and sort of like transmuting everyone, so that like everyone who was kind of like dark just like restart, kind of like that. And now that taken care of, I'm gonna go into Andromeda with the Anunnaki humans that were being attacked and the planets being destroyed. I'm gonna undo the damage, or like at least give them a new place so that they would be satisfied and like stop like redirecting the damage to us. So
yeah, and I feel a significant difference in the pressure in my head and all that. Yeah,
okay,
big time. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. That big time.
Interesting. I'm talking to this like Anunnaki humanoid, and sort of like just like I just appear, like teleport there, and he's sort of relieved and happy to see me because he sort of knows what happened. And the first word was like, "I'm sorry, I could not deal with that being." So like he basically redirected damage to us because he himself could, or those that were with him could not do anything to that demonic creature. And I'm asking like, why? Like, can't you use your like imagination and creativity? And if not, what happened? And he's saying, well, it's pretty much like what you're going on here on Earth. It's as if like everyone there in the multiverse, or like let's say in the physical density, gets this kind of an implant. And this implant can sort of be controlled by AI that rewrites the whole system, and your memories, your knowledge, your abilities are being deleted and wiped out, so you don't even know what is creativity or how to use it, and just can't act like it's fully blocked, like as if like there's tons of programs and walls to like go through it. And I'm like, well, okay, like how do you get it? Like what is kind of the implant? Like like on Earth we're getting this little chip and stuff, but what is going on there? And it's the mind.
The mind,
The mind, because it can be rewritten, completely controlled, and like just like as if like there's the AI who can rewrite everything. And so,
we can operate without a mind. You know, we can think without the mind. This mind is a problem. There's another. Oh yeah, they don't. Their creativity got wiped out so much that they can't even creatively think that there's such a thing as creativity.
Yeah.
It's a blind spot, so to speak, in their ability in thinking. Anyway.
Yeah. Guess I'm just gonna continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I basically walk up to this being, and like he's giant, so like I have to sort of like fly up or something, and like I add my hand to his head, and like how about this? And what I'm doing, I'm removing, like I'm connecting to everyone that he knows, like throughout his genetics or like all the stuff, and anyone I can target through my like visuals or like connection, like this whole chain of people, I delete the mind from him and everyone else he knows. So it's like completely, they like all of a sudden they're sort of like have this blank spot, like you know, like how on Earth you have worries, concerns, and other things, and you get out of body and it disappears. The case no longer exists.
Right.
So it's like he has sort of like feelings that where there's a lot of thinking and like sort of like understanding of what he knows, but like controlled by the mind that's controlled by the AI, and all of a sudden that thing disappears completely, and sort of like he becomes pure awareness and just like whoa.
Whoa.
So yeah, like babe, I'm just gonna go back and finish that, but if you want to add something.
No, that's good. That's the thing. Somebody said it's like the mind is an implant. Yeah, it's a lot like that. It's an added thing that we don't need to operate. It's more of a control mechanism. That. Mm-hmm, that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That.
Okay. Yeah. Before I could even offer up, like, if you want to, if they want me to like recreate their planets and stuff, they start doing it themselves, like recreating the planets all over the place, and they're just like, you know, like that. I don't know, the person who's super excited, like they just get this realization and like jumping around the spot and just like being super happy.
Yeah.
Like everyone gets that sort of feeling that we're just like get rid of that like mind, and they're so free and super happy and just like pure joy there. It's amazing, you know, like and they start creating things, and like they look at me and they, you know, grab and hug me and just basically look at the plant place and just start like uncreating those bodies, sort of like just unmocking them and sort of like cutting the connections to where we're not getting the damage. So like kind of just like feels good.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that would be the session.
Yeah, that's so that'd be a good place to wrap that one up.
Yeah.
And so that's it's a demonstration of how we do it when we do it dual like this, and when Agbila does it solo, she does like this, and she'll go look at the meter whenever.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But
so yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the session, people. How'd you like it?
Yeah. Feedback, thoughts. We weren't able to like pick up on a lot of commentary back then, but yeah. This question about are Andromedans human? It's like saying are beings in the Milky Way galaxy human? Or are they reptilian? Or are they no? There's all kinds. There's all kinds of life forms, intelligent life forms in Andromeda. And there are humans, human types, and all kinds, really. Yeah.
So that's what kind of sessions we do when Robert used to do dual scans.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really interesting. Like if people have like common subjects and stuff, or like the whole humanity is like dealing with one kind of fish or another, it's like just look into it. And, like we just sort of like touched on one little thing.
Yeah.
And the crystal place has billions of those, which reminds me, just a quickie, going to the crystal place and just destroying the crystal so that it would not get more of a command.
You want to go to that?
Yeah, I just did that. So,
okay,
yeah,
good.
so
Good
just
deal.
saying.
Yeah. The value I see in just hearing the story, what happened, what Agbila's looking into, it's what's going on in the multiverse, the kind of beings that are out there, on how many different levels of this, how the games are played, the motivations, and what you learn or hear about in this life, when you cross over, when this body expires, your body here expires, you have an opportunity to consider, ponder your next move and make a decision. You don't have to come back. But if you know nothing else, and you think you're supposed to go into an afterlife review, or you don't know what to do, and somebody says, hi, and I'm an angel, and they got wings or some shit, and they come with me, and they show you some love, and you go like a little puppy, you follow them, and then they can tell you a story. If you like it and you're okay with it, you're good to go. But if you're a little bit suspicious, and you're wondering, why don't I remember my last life before my last life, and why do I get born again with no memory, and you want to do something different, you have these things that, like these sessions that Agbila's sharing with you, or you read about other people's experiences in the afterlife or out-of-body experiences and stuff. You have a lot to factor in to your next move. So what you learn here, you take with you. You don't get smarter and you don't get dumber when you drop dead. You're just, what you know now, you will know immediately after and go, whoa. But your perception of what happens after your body's dead, you can look around and you go, well, maybe I didn't believe this would happen, but I'm seeing this. But you're right now, in present time, body's dead. But here you are, and you're wide awake and aware, and you're seeing this. Now, you do not have your deep-seated beliefs in place that are limiting you. If you've removed those, if you didn't like them while you're here. And when you hear new stories, this is how we form beliefs. We have experiences or we hear stories. We get teachings. People tell us things. And now we believe things because of what somebody told us. It's fake news. They do it all the time. They're telling us stuff, and now we believe it because that's what they told us, and we thought they were trustworthy. So, or we have some experience, and we have a belief because of what we experienced. So when we leave this world, we have our beliefs in place and our new experiences, and we make our decisions and what we're going to do next, and what's going to happen to us and with us and for us is going to be by virtue of our understanding and our knowing and experience and our wisdom or lack thereof in the higher plane. So the more you can learn here about all these wild and crazy things, the better. And that's why I promote out-of-body experiences and learning how to do that sort of thing. So anyway,
Yep.
I just want to say that.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Because like for us, it's easy to talk about because it's easy for me to do at least. But each and every one of you, if you have the ability to get out, if you do it at least once, you can just go out there and double check and find out for yourself, and you're gonna see your own truth. And whatever we talked about and whatever people talk about, you see for your own eyes. And damn, it's actually really feels good when you can just like, you might have not heard about things, and you go and see for yourself like, that's cool, you know, it's just getting understanding. So like for me, like I go and I learn there. I get out of body, like just like we did right now, and just seeing some beings and how there's manipulation and how we're being controlled and who's causing the headaches and why. It's like, hey, just like one of the things, and just understanding how a lot of beings out there in the multiverse, like why the good guys can't like control or manifest things or visualize. The mind is an implant, you know, just like, oh cool, like learn something new today. Just like, well, at least on this one little sphere, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Just like kind of like positive energy, and like also Gabriel, thank you for another donation, appreciate it. But yeah, it's like I don't know, like for me it's interesting. It's always like interesting getting out of body, checking things, and people are even saying it like you guys should do it at least once a week, you know. So we might. It's interesting enough.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you for everybody that's commenting and chatting it up over here on the side. And I noticed the amount of viewers relative to the amount of people chatting. That tells us that there's a lot of you there that are not chatting. Hey, I'll even watch Vila's stream, and I'm not going to say nothing. I don't want to say anything, but I know you're there.
Yeah.
And thank you guys too for being here and watching. It's okay if you're not saying anything, but if you want to say hi, thank you, that's okay too. But you don't have to. We know you're there. There's a little counter on the side here.
Yeah.
So, thanks a lot for showing up, you guys, and thank you for having me on your channel.
It was fun.
Yeah, well,
the whole stream has a whole different energy because usually like Q&A and like I feel like I give a bit of quality content, but it's a whole different thing when you're here.
Yeah,
so.
You give a lot of quality content. I like it. Blows me away. I'm in the other room and I go, "What the fuck? Where'd she learn that shit? Damn, that girl's bright." And So I'm taking notes, man. You're brilliant. Well, we just help each other out that way. Okay.
So yeah, like everyone, appreciate you showing up and spending your time with us, asking your questions and being here with us. It's fun. It's fun connecting, feeling like you're cared for, appreciated, and like people are interested. And, like that means a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might do more of these. We'll see. Yeah.
And next time I think I'm going to work on the lighting because.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh man. It always comes back to me, doesn't it?
You're just the best.
Yeah. Okay. We should go now. We talked about me.
Oh, yeah.
No, but you. Thank
me?
you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yours. And thank you. And all of yours. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are great. Appreciate it. You guys weren't here, we wouldn't be here. No, wouldn't happen.
Pretty much.
She'd say, "Oh, I got four people on my live stream last night. You want to stream with me?" I go, "No." But this is a good audience. I imagine us sitting on a little stage, and there's a little band in the corner, like those night shows have. Yeah. They have a little band, and then there's like 53 people in the audience, and none of them are wearing those masks. No, not in our place. And they're all sitting there. It's like, how cool is that, man? That's neat. So thank you all for watching.
Yeah, appreciate you all.
Yeah.
I guess we can wrap it up. I have other things in mind, but like zip it and just end it off already.
Edna to you. That's the last one that said love you guys. My grandmother's name's Edna.
Hey, there we go.
Ooh, pretty cool, huh? You don't hear that name a lot. Okay, you guys, we're out of here. You want to wrap it up together, or you want me to leave and you want to say your last?
Wrap it up together. Like, you ain't going anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Scott. It's about 11:30 here.
Midnight, actually.
Midnight. It's fucking midnight here. So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up and go from there.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot.
All right. Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.